New Always Talking Shit Show.
Yo.
It's
your boy Talkin.
And it's your boy Akeem Sincere.
This is another episode of the Always Talking Shit Show. We just did a whole like.
Don't worry. Why you always telling?
Because
that's
they
your
got.
favorite thing
I
to
like
do,
them
bro.
to know what the fuck we got.
I almost called
on.
you the S word, but I caught myself.
Throw a whole fucking phone.
I caught myself, man.
So breaking motherfucking news. John motherfucking Gruden
Just this in.
just stepped down as the head coach of the Raiders
Organized stepping of down.
for racist comments. What?
Racist?
From 20. I mean, a long time, but 2018 being the most recent, right?
2020.
2018,
2020. This basically, since he's been a Raiders coach, racist, homophobic,
misogynistic, all the ends.
Well, you know, I think the only person that didn't catch it straight this time was my Latino people, man. Shout out to my Latinos, man. Y'all good this time, man. He ain't get y'all.
He ain't coming for y'all
until we see some more emails and then
right, and then
y'all niggas too.
Y'all all types of B's and S's.
I'm excited for this, and I'm gonna tell you why. I used to be a kid that was naive when I played sports, and I was like, oh, man, you don't want to see a guy lose his job. But I was conditioned to say that shit because all my favorite anchors and analysts said the shit. You know what I'm saying? They all said that. And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess I'm not a hater. So, you know, I don't want to see a man lose his job. Like, I like to think that we're in a country that you can have your own personal ideals about people and opinions. The thing is we got to play the same game. We got to start leveling this playing field. John Gruden hasn't proven himself to just be an exceptional coach that builds a team. I mean, he has gotten that bestowed upon him because he did win a Super Bowl, and I will never take that away from him. I don't care whose team it was, who was the coach, who built what. You coached those gentlemen through a Super Bowl, and that's commendable. If you start pulling the layers behind a coach like him, I played for guys like this, man. If you start pulling the layers behind them, they could be rah-rah at first, and they could be real team building and all the cliche things, but those things aren't authentic. And when you start traveling with these people,
right,
eating with these people, right, losing with these people, disappointing some of these people, the truth starts to come out. And I think that this can jumpstart the locker room. I know that you were saying that earlier, like when we was off camera.
Okay, let me say this. Let me say this the right way. Let me say this right way.
Well, no, let me finish. You didn't say it wrong.
No. I felt like I worded it wrong because this is what I mean. I don't feel bad for him.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I feel bad for the team that's like having this whole shit going on. Like they're doing hella
that's
good.
What I took it that you said.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm gonna say.
Right? Yeah.
This is what I'm gonna say. Just being in the locker rooms, this is what I would say. When the New York Times finds out that you have a history of openly, dog, you don't own the Raiders.
No, yeah, right.
So when you're on the Raiders, when you're emailing the motherfucking Raiders, like when you emailing from your nice office at the Raiders, you know what I mean, and you sending off these fucking these emails, and you don't think they're racist at time, probably because this is how you talk when no one else is around. See, this is why you know that there's an issue within yourself because, fam, if you talked about black people and their lips like that, we should all know about it.
Right.
And then we would have heard this, and it would have been like, oh, that's John Gruden. You know how John Gruden feel about niggas' lips.
Right.
Right? That's where we got to get as society. And to, you know what I mean? But it's the closet racism for me. And the UN, as we reported on this great network, has already determined that black Americans are living in racial terror here. And if we're the people living in racial terror, who the fuck you think the terrorist is?
Right.
The people that, hey, not everybody.
They would like to, but remember, they would like to say we terrorize each other.
But so what? Two things could be true.
Right.
Everybody else terrorizes each other.
Exactly.
So maybe we don't need it from both sides, okay? We do enough of that shit on our own, so leave us alone.
So leave us the fuck alone.
You should show empathy. Like, man, you know what? They got
no problem.
Right? I don't want to hear that shit. I'm tired of these old 1800 fucking white privilege excuses that's been passed down from generation to generation because it affects everybody. It affects good white people.
Yeah.
Good white people don't want to deal with this shit. Man, good white people be watching the news, like watching that shit on January 6th, like, man.
All the time. Oh,
like,
my God.
You know how black people feel when a black person does something mad ignorant? You be like, this nigga just took a 2 steps back. Because this is what
we do we be like, oh,
that's exactly, dog, I've never been a person to feel like I just feel like people are more alike. So even if they like to be, and even if they're very different, fam, I can't help but to think. I always, even since I was a kid, I would think like, oh, this is some shit that all white people ain't proud of right here.
They're not. Right? All these white people are not fucking with this.
But the thing is like if white Americans have been made sensitive when it comes to race, which is ironic because they get the least brute of racism.
Right.
They're actually descendants and sometimes torchbearers of the creators of racism. Hey, black people around the world didn't know that they were black.
Nope.
So where black people come from, we wasn't calling it that. Now we're all in this country together. And I'm going to get back to this. I'm going to pull this back. Hey, man, you're talking about the Los Angeles, Oakland, now Las Vegas Raiders. Just like Al Davis's son stated, man, hey, man, this organization, fam, and I'm a Cowboys fan. We're not the Cowboys, fam.
No.
First black head coach, first Latin head coach, first female executive. That's what we do here. Yeah. Al Davis, when he died, he was on his deathbed damn near when he ordered them to go rescue Terrell Pryor in the supplemental draft. This dude told my favorite team's owner, right? The owner of my favorite team. They said, hey, Jerry, man, why you overpay your players? He said, man, because my mentor, Al Davis, told me that's what I need to do. And what is Jerry's history? If you play for Jerry, you're going to get a bag, whether we suck or whether we good. And trust me, I've been through these years. I've been mad at a lot of you niggas cashing Jerry's checks because I ain't think you deserved them, but it ain't my place to say that. I'm just a fan.
It ain't my pocket.
Right. Just had a nigga feeling like I might have played the wrong sport. Nigga, like I should have moved to Texas and tried to get on. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, man, when you have a guy that maybe only 30% of the black players in the locker room and the white players think that he's racist. But you got to play for him. You have to travel with him. You have to listen to his views and his remarks on policy and political things.
And then go play for him.
And his thinking and the things that he said. Look, what came out in these emails is he was against all the players kneeling. He sounded like Donald Trump in the emails about the players. All of them should be fired. Dog, you're the coach of the Raiders. In Vegas.
Right.
Like, you think your team, dog, you got rid of one of the best players on the team after he signed a big deal. Right when you haven't even won a game yet. You got rid of it's cats on that team like, man, this thing got rid of Khalil. Because what happens is when you're African American and you've seen these things, we're experts on racism, bro. America just don't listen to us. So when you see that, black young men can correlate like, okay, he got rid of the most powerful black man here.
Yep.
He came in, his first move was to get rid of the most powerful young black man here. The one that could have his job if he wasn't living up to standards. If he got caught, like if Khalil Mack was on the team and that first shit came out, he could have got fired because you got a superstar that had been like, yo, I'm not playing for him.
Who just got paid hundreds of millions of dollars.
The Raiders had paid him. Before he left. Hey, yo, look, I'm not.
No, but that's what I mean. And they just gave him that check.
Right, yeah,
they're going to listen to that nigga.
I'm not playing for him.
Right.
But what happens is sometimes white Americans give other white Americans the benefit of doubt. Like racism is just a myth in all these black people and Latino people's heads and shit. Right? So.
They'd love for it to be that.
So what happens is like you go in, and I don't think that there's too many white executives or owners that would have seen what those young black players on the team seen when you first came in and that was your first move. They might have been, oh, he's shaking things up.
Nope.
And we were paying that guy $100-something million. I mean, it was cool, but if he's saying we can win without him, and better yet, we just paid him $100 million guaranteed over 10 years, so he ain't going nowhere, and he got all the power. And we know what this guy can do. We brung him in to build it up because John Gruden has had a decided advantage in the fact that he's had a unique relationship with every top-tier college player coming into the NBA draft for nearly 10, 15-plus years before he got back into coaching.
Yep.
He had relationships. He knew the personnel. And that's always good. That's why a good college coach that knows his shit, that got a little key cliche, can make a splash in the league sometimes. But if you don't have that, you're going to get lost in the sauce because you get into the league and you're like, they don't know these motherfuckers, like, and they don't know you.
Right.
You know? I think that it's both ways. You know, like if the team is fractured, if John Gruden was creating a culture of MAGA friendly type athletes, then you know what? This shit can crumble.
No. I'm not saying what I'm saying.
No,
is
I'm
like,
not saying that you're saying.
Oh.
I'm speaking to that. I'm just saying that if you have a fractured team, MAGA over here.
Oh yeah.
Regular people over here.
That
Yeah, I said regular motherfucking people. Regular people over here, right?
And
then
gonna
the MAGA
nowhere.
extremists.
You ain't gonna win.
That could be an issue. But quiet as kept, John Gruden could have been the one because he's there and he's the head coach. And even those guys that ain't MAGA-esque, they playing for their checks and their families and their communities. So black people have always been able to work and deal with racist white people that don't think highly of them and still succeed. That's the nature of being black in America since Europeans got here. So with that being said, as a fact, it's not a big deal. It is a big deal, but it's not as demonstrative or detrimental to us as it might be when you. That's why we roll our eyes when you hear about the story of, you know, cute white girl and she be like, oh, I was working there and they were rude to me.
Yeah.
Or, you know, it'd be a guy who's like, man, my boss, man, he never spoke to me. It's like, man, go ask the black employees have he ever spoke to them, bro. Like, they said Donald Trump used to come down and purposely shake all the white security guards and card dealers and stuff hands and walk past all the black people. So that was going on in the fucking 90s, bro, in New York City. You know what black people did? Man, fuck Trump.
Fuck him.
I don't go to that shit. Fuck the Trump, man. He ain't nothing nice. Right?
I ain't never stayed at a Trump tower.
So again, when I tell you, based off this, and our brother Keyshawn Johnson said it years ago, hey man, just like black people told y'all about Trump before he got lit.
Mm-hmm.
We was cool with Trump because we knew he was racist. We didn't give a shit. You think Puff Daddy and them was going to parties and seeing Trump and popping bottles with him and getting advice from him and thinking that he loved them or he was friends or their kids would play together? No, they was getting access to something that they can't get with their black skin and their hip hop roots. So to the rest of the world, they were like, oh man, this guy is Trump, man. He's not racist. He's Donald Trump. Man, black people, go ask any black person in New York City. Go ask any Hispanic person from New York City. They will tell you, like, no, we all knew that this dude was a dub. You know what I mean? We all knew that. So, I don't know, man. What you think about the whole? I'll let you take it. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Raiders. Shout out to Al Davis's son. I keep forgetting his name.
I think it's Al Davis Jr.
Nah, it's something else. It's not.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. He might. There might be an Al Davis Jr., but the one that owns the team and runs the team, his name ain't Al. I know that for a fact. I just can't remember. It's not a. Damn. Yeah, look it up. I don't know why you acting like we can't look shit up over here, but yeah, man, it's wild to me.
Mark Davis.
Mark. Yeah, I knew it was something different, but yeah, Mark.
Okay, so here's how I feel about it. Fuck him for one.
Shout out to Mark though.
Shout out to Mark for standing on his 10 and standing up for his fucking team, knowing his team is 90% black and
standing up for black people and
standing
gays,
up for
man,
black people,
you know,
and gays in general, and saying fuck it if I gave you 100 million, nigga, bye. I need you to go. Like, if you don't go, I'm gonna figure out how to get you up out of here. Like, you're not. It ain't nothing wrong with, like, it's cool. I'm with that. I'm with a owner. You know, here, scoot up a little bit. I'm with a owner. I'm all for an owner that's gonna stick up for his motherfucking players. All of them. All races, all gender, all sexualities, nigga. Because that sounds like a locker room that if there was a gay person in there, he wouldn't allow you to treat him any type of way.
Well, not the first openly gay, but the only remaining openly gay player in the NFL
team, right?
is on the team, and now he has to read about the emails
of
you saying that you think Roger Goodell is a fucking faggot.
Yeah, he just came out.
Said.
Oh, and the fucked up part about it, he just came out over the summer or something, and Gruden was in his corner like, oh, that's strong that you know doing. Like, man, fuck you, nigga. You one of them. That makes you even more of a closet racist.
No, bro, you're the worst. Those closet racist people are the worst. And I think that I wish we got to a place in society.
Stand on your 10 ever.
Hey, as a black American, I don't think that anybody should lose their job for being racist. I think that you have the right to be fired for being racist when majority of the people that I make $1 billion a year off of are black
Or yeah,
No.
There's not even
a black man in America should at least be fucking safe and protected from racism in the NBA and the NFL. Goddamn it.
Period. Especially from a coach.
You know how much money we make, like for these leagues. And it's already bad enough that the owners act like there's no black fans that pay for NFL ticket and all this shit and go to games and shit, and apparel and hats and shit.
I don't feel bad for Gruden at all.
No.
I feel bad for the team. I feel bad for locker room morale now because they now gotta sit there and think about all the backhanded remarks that they might have washed off. I'm talking about all the white dudes that might have like, nah, he ain't that. Now you really, it like you said, it's them white people like, oh my God. Because some of the white people, like David Carr, that nigga's probably like, fuck him. Like, are you serious? David Carr went to Fresno State,
he's the one that.
Please tell me he didn't.
Well, to be fair to him, these new emails and stuff, they just found out, like, no, this is how he talks.
Mm-hmm.
That first, it was people like me, yourself.
Oh, it was old.
Saying, that's old.
Yeah.
Well, not even that it's old. I don't care how old your racism is, fam. I don't. Unless you prove it. Because how do you prove that you ain't like that no more?
You don't. There's no way.
So with that being said, I don't care about all that. That was 90. I don't give a fuck. Because if white people evolved from their racist ways so much, they would not be so irritated when black people try to peel back racial laws. Mm-hmm. They all want to, not all, but a lot of them, even non-so-called racist white people will tell me, I got liberal-ass friends. I'd be like, I'm not really mad at the Confederate statues. And I'll be like, whoa. Let's stop. So, country has civil war. One side wins. What culture, nigga? That's not how this works. Because if that's how this works, they wouldn't have put us in slave chains when they got here. They would have just said, hey, man, let's negotiate the spot and everybody have their own little colony.
Yep.
If we're using the same logic of keeping Confederate flags and monuments up.
And you're keeping Confederate flags and monuments of people who said there should be no record of them losing the war. They lost. You don't put statues up of people who lost. You don't. Robert E. Lee wanted no commemoration of them losing that war. He wanted that flag burned. He wanted no statues ever put up. He wanted none of that, nigga. He said we lost the war.
European descendants often push off the talks of like historic racism and things of the past and systemic racism by saying things like, oh, well, he who wins the war makes the rules. That's colonizer talk. Mm-hmm. He who conquers gets to write history. That's colonizer talk. Mm-hmm. That's the talk of descendants of people that preyed on nicer, more spiritual people. They did not raise their hand in war with the Zulus and people of such. They came and befriended these people. They came and befriended Black Americans and Native Americans and what was the Mexican people and the, what would they say, Puerto Rican and Dominican people of the Americas. These were all the native tribes.
They had to do it
native
that
tribes
way,
of America.
The crazy thing is
my point.
They had to do it that way because we would have slaughtered their ass.
I'm making a point. It's always by friend, right? Not necessarily.
It'd be your own people.
Even if we didn't, it could have been a war. I don't know who the fucking won, but nigga, it would have still been a war that's honorable.
Yep.
And in our cultures, tribal cultures, like,
if you
nigga,
win, it's yours.
We gonna come in and like, okay, well now we this way. Like, unless we bring an uprising and separate, and I'm gonna take the throne. That's the way. But all I'm saying is humans have always been violent.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not saying that like white Americans are like uniquely more violent than any other set of humans. But all I'm saying is, in America, not people, the indoctrines, the written law, the infrastructure of America was built on a certain racism. So when you talk about hereditary actions, you might be a conqueror in a form of a culture vulture. You might be a fucking conqueror in the form of the head coach that really wasn't that fucking good at football, but was buddy with the owners and worked hard with the head coach to be an assistant coach, to now be an assistant coach, now to be a receiver coach, to be a head coach. Yeah. Now, and there's a chip on your fucking shoulder when you have an 18-year-old black kid that's straight out of poverty.
Making way more money than you ever did.
And guess what? Even if it's not about the money, it's about because John Gruden didn't grow up poor. So at the end of the day, it's not about the money. It's because if you came over here on a boat from Europe, the government funded you. If you think that I'm lying, go do your own research and stop listening to your fucking grandparents because they lied to you. Land grant colleges, everybody looked that up. It's the same speech that got Martin Luther King killed. It ain't give a fuck about his dream because that's just a dream. By the time he met with Louis the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and they killed Malcolm X, he came back with a plan and demands. That's why he's ended the speech with, this time when I come to Washington, we're coming to get our check. Mm-hmm. Because you gave everybody our land, you gave money out to everybody, right? No. We're not going to be just economic fodder for everybody that comes here off a fucking boat. Yep. And that's what these young black athletes are starting to realize, because guess what? E40, as rich as he is, as much as the Bay Area loves him, that nigga stopped his fast food chains because he couldn't get one fucking bank to give him a business loan with perfect credit and tens of millions of dollars in the bank.
Yep. All the collateral.
He said he was damn near jealous of Rick Ross because he was like, yo, man, how you getting all those? I know you're not funding that all on yourself. He's like, no, man, I get business loans and I do this. Woo, woo. Like, you can do that. It's easy. And he was getting at 40 like 40 didn't know, and 40 had to check. I'm like, nah, man, I live in California. See, they market California as free love, peace, and revel. Everybody's cool. Shit. New York and California are systemically just as racist as Texas.
Right.
That's just the way of the land in America. So this is much bigger, and I really believe you don't make it to the NFL as an athlete in today's time and harbor a resentment against black people. You don't. You to start playing. I ain't playing basketball no more. I'm gonna go play baseball, or I'm gonna go do something where I don't got to be around these kind of people, because you don't go where black people dominate in space to not like black people,
right?
Or to harbor something against black people, or to have these like type of downtrodden views on black people. And so the thing is, in the NFL, it's time that the players have been tired of this shit, because the NFL is a good old boy league, and even white journalists will call it that. But we always speak in coded language when it comes to calling out racism towards black people in America. Like, I mean, like even when you start talking systemic, a lot of people don't understand what that is, so it's a trap word. Like racism, motherfucker, it's racist. Racism. But everything ain't racist, so it becomes a layered conversation. I'll end with this on the whole John Gruden thing, fam. I think that as players, if anything, it's a sigh of relief in that locker room. I think if anything, the white players might even have a sigh of relief, even if they don't realize it. Even when they just realize how relaxed and like how the vibes change with some of their black teammates. When they look across the locker room and you see a guy that's always got a fucking frown on his face, smiling and like high-fiving and jumping around with everybody else, singing and being goofy, you understand, like, oh man, he was carrying something. Like he was carrying something, dog. I've had teammates write in my yearbook about things that they hated watching me go through as a black athlete with white coaches. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's a real thing. And that's why, in my opinion, that white supremacist mentality is the reason why you don't have a lot of black coaches in either sport. Dog, it'll be like 90% of the coaches in tennis and trainers in tennis being black.
Right.
It'll be like every golf caddy on the PGA tour, would be black. You know? It'll be like every coach in baseball would be black.
Every manager.
But I always tell my friends this. If you think that I'm barking up a tree that's irrelevant, if you think that I'm harping on things, and imagine, especially my friends in Nevada, Clark County or Washoe County, imagine, if you're not African American, imagine, first couple of weeks of school, your mother drops you off, your parents, drop you off, oh, have a good day. And then they notice, as you begin to notice, that the only black or non-black adults at your school were the ball coach,
the teachers,
and a janitor or two.
Oh, the non,
and maybe an older lady in the office.
Mm-hmm.
Now think about that. You know what I mean? My friends that I grew, especially in Reno, that grew up and never had a black teacher, and they don't see nothing wrong with that. Black kids, they were like, "Well, I never really had a black teacher," because it's an indoctrination. It's not fair. Like it's not like they can change it. But if black people didn't have to pull themselves out of slavery without this assistance that that in a free world you would think that they had, in a compassion world, it would be more like these other ethnic groups that wait. You know the crimes against Asians are kind of going up. Fuck that. We need an anti-Asian hate crime bill, and they got one like that. I wish the average American knew. Huh?
Same week?
No, couple like within a month.
Jeez.
But all I'm saying is this: black people have been murdered and killed for trying to introduce that bill. Black people have been in the Senate for over 30 years, like Mr. John Lewis. And that was the one bill that he authored that he always had been trying to get passed. That's why they renamed the bill after him, the John Lewis Civil Rights Bill, right? Yep. Martin Luther King talked about this. Malcolm X mocked us for going about it in a civil way. This ain't new. But like the average white person that think black people play the race card don't know that we don't even legally have a right to vote in this country. It's an amended right that has to be extended at the grace of a president whenever they get that across their bill. Like, hey, you know, it's time to extend those niggers' right to vote in this country. You gonna do it? George Bush was nice. He said, I'll give him another, I think, what did he do, 25 years?
Instead of just writing in that word. Just
Fam, I can be from any place in the world and come to America and get my green card, and I'll never not be able to vote again. I'm an American citizen.
All right.
I can come over here illegally, have some children. I don't want to hear that shit. You know what I mean? I don't cry no tears for the John Grudens because I think that hate has become seductive. And if you can't beat them, sometimes you join them. But that's still there. You know what I mean? So, like you like to say, father fuck them.
Father fuck them.
Whatever that means. You know what I mean?
Motherfuck you, father fuck you.
Oh, okay, I get that. I'm late.
Yeah.
That was fly.
You feel me?
Hey, we done with that, man.
Yeah, hold on. More breaking news.
It was some more breaking news, right? Yeah. I'm gonna let you take that one.
Hold on, I ain't even hear nothing on that.
What is one you talking about?
More breaking news. I ain't seen the grape ones though. I'm new.
Me, that's why I grabbed home.
Deontay Wilder got his ass knocked out again.
Oh. But you know what's fair? And I'm saying he didn't get knocked out. He got his ass knocked down, just like Fury did. But the only thing is, I've seen the ref. He was just like, "Nope, you're done." And I mean, Wilder was. He shouldn't have got up. It was over. Fury won. But Andre Ward speaks.
Let me digress.
Hold on. Andre Ward speaks. I listen.
Mm.
Andre Ward said that second knockdown was the end of the fight, and he called it on air. Andre Ward works for ESPN. Mm-hmm. Fury is an ESPN fighter. Mm-hmm. Andre Ward has historically criticized Deontay Wilder. And he said, the total count ended up being 17 seconds. A lot similar to the first.
He told Wilder to get to his corner again, of course.
A lot similar to the first fight. When Tyson Fury rose from the dead. Yeah, nigga, about 11, 12 seconds after the bell, after he got knocked down. But when it's within 1 and 2 and it's a good fight, get that motherfucker up, let him keep fighting.
Here's where Tyson Fury had the biggest advantage in the fight. He came in 40 pounds heavier.
He's a more skilled boxer.
And it's not even, but what tired Deontay out was a mix of
him mauling him,
leaned on. Yeah. Let's talk about the headlock that didn't get no points taken away.
Well, fam, that's what I'm talking.
We can talk about. This is what I hate. Let's talk about a few things.
I want to see niggas fight. Who won? Who lost? That's why I fuck with Floyd, because Floyd told you niggas, hey, don't let them take it from you. Uh-huh. You have to go in there
And win.
And just what did you think is you got to go
Undeniable.
dominate every round. You have to go outscore.
Yeah.
You have to go outpoint them. If you knock them out, that's great. But outpoint them, because if not, if they don't have that sheet to look at and be like, well, damn, he did win. Because I remember when motherfuckers were trying to act like Pacquiao got robbed with Floyd until you seen he only landed 13% of his fucking punches.
Right.
You can't argue that now.
No.
They don't argue that no more. They just don't talk about it.
Yeah, they stopped that.
They just don't talk about it.
That's just over.
Yeah, it's like it never happened.
And then, okay, so here's my thing.
Now it's not the fight of the century because it didn't go the way they wanted.
Here's my thing. Deontay looked better. He looked like he's learning to box. He needs a little more cardio. You know, get because even I feel like if he wasn't getting laid on, I don't feel like he could have win all 12. I feel like he still would have got tired.
Well, he gained weight too for the fight.
Yeah, see.
And this is what I think. Deontay Wilder, I know you're probably not going to ever hear this, but fam.
Maybe go down a weight class?
No.
Or
when the greatest boxer ever, I don't give a if you like him,
who, Mayweather?
What the rules say. It's how we judge fighters. The greatest fighter to ever put on boxing gloves.
It's Floyd Mayweather. Oh, offers to train you and you say no?
Not offered. He begged you on national TV.
Oh, yeah, like, please let me, yeah.
He was just like, man, I really want to get with Deontay Wilder, man. Like, if I get, and then, you know, I'll be on the YouTube sphere, like, with boxing and shit like that. All these boxing channels are eating because boxing is one of those sports that don't make ESPN all the time.
Yep.
So, superstar fighters talk to, like, YouTubers. That's how they get their name out. That's how they're making their money, really. Like every boxing channel I respect and follow has an interview with Errol Spence. And one day the nigga was just watching a live and called in. Like, no, I'm straight. Woo. I'm watching right now. Nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? And they was like, he's like, man, is this really Errol? Like, he's like, yeah, man, it's EJ. Like, and because he had met him and talked to him several times, he's like, yo, folks, this is him. Like, so with that being said, I just think that, like,
I feel like it was a good fight.
I feel like it was a great fight.
Great fight. It was fun to
I don't feel like it was one of the fights, like one of the highlights on one of the greatest fights of all time. I just feel like
it might be fight of the year.
I feel like the next fight that we're about to get is about to be fight of the year. Actually,
what's the next fight?
Terrence Bud Crawford against fucking oh shit,
Charlo.
Nah, hell no. What's my dog? I can't believe I just forgot my nigga's name. They both Hall of Famers.
Haney.
No, the nigga that him and Earl Spence fought. Black dude. It was like when they
Porter.
were Yes, my bad.
Sean Porter.
My bad, Sean.
Sean Porter.
My bad, Sean. You my guy.
I did just see that.
It just slipped my, you know what I mean? Like,
but when is I feel like Crawford's gonna beat him.
I know who you is,
because I feel like Porter's had too much of a time layoff. He hasn't fought in a long time.
Neither was motherfucking whatchamacallit.
Crawford?
Yeah, nigga. Who's Crawford? And this is my thing. Crawford ain't never fought nobody as good as Porter. Porter is fighting everybody.
Porter's a Floyd Mayweather, except for he's got losses. He's fought a bunch of champions,
him and Earl,
and a bunch of
because they in that same camp. So nigga, they fight everybody.
Yeah,
they fight. Dog, he's already fighting like 6 Hall of Famers.
He fought what? Pacquiao. He's not Thurman. He fought Pacquiao.
He's fought. Did he fight Pacquiao?
He did fight Pacquiao. No, Porter didn't fight Pacquiao.
No. You thinking about Thurman? Thurman fought Pacquiao.
He fought Canelo.
No, this is who I know he fought. I don't think he fought Canelo because I think that nigga would beat Canelo. Honestly, I think he fought. I don't think Canelo would ever fight Sean Porter. He's too aggressive. Look, this is who I know he's fought. He's fought in EJ. He's fought Danny Garcia. He's fought in damn, who else was the other person that he fought that was hella high ranked?
Hold on, I'll bring it up right now.
Thank you. Damn, I hate that I can't just remember.
Alright, so damn, he does got some fights.
You see what I'm saying?
He fought wait, he's got fights.
And the only people he really lose to is Hall of Famers.
Devin Alexander, who's a beast. Malnaji, who's a beast.
Right.
Kelvin Brook, who's a beast.
Right.
He lost to Brook.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about fights.
He's a beast, though.
Yeah, that's not a bad loss.
Broner.
Beat Broner. Beat
Thurman.
Beat Thurman.
Oh, no, he lost to Thurman.
Yeah, but that was a little iffy. A lot of people said that was a close fight. Beat Berto.
Granados, I don't know what that is. I think he won that fight, though. He lost to Garcia, right? Yeah, because Garcia was still undefeated until he fought, what's his name? He fought Ugas.
No, I don't think he was undefeated when he fought
Porter?
I think Danny Garcia lost to somebody before he fought EJ. Because that's what made him have to fight EJ. They was all ducking EJ until niggas start taking, like, losing they O and being like, damn, nigga, now I got to fight this undefeated nigga to see if I can get my shit back up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no. Porter won. Porter beat Garcia.
Right. That's who gave it to him. Yeah, that's who gave him his first loss.
Beat Ugas. No, Thurman gave him his first loss. Porter gave him his second. Lost to Spence. Formella, I didn't watch. Oh, he fought last year in August.
Oh, no.
Oh, shit. I'm late. I thought he had a layoff. Nope. And he's got Crawford.
You know what it is? It's because he do that boxing shit. So you be seeing him working, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He do the fights.
That'd be a good fight.
Yeah, it's going to be a great fight.
Porter's a good fighter.
And they're good friends.
All of them are.
Turn enemies now. Well, I think is boxing is one of those things. Combat sports are
You'll
one
be
of those
friends
things
until you get in the ring.
where
and
you
then
just
you're not
around each
friends
other
when you
from
get out.
like early development. You're traveling around doing tournaments. You just know each other. Nigga, I know your moves. You know my moves. It's kind of like basketball and football and stuff like that, but not all the way the same. Like, it's not as personable.
When are they saying Spence is supposed to come back?
I'm not sure, but I know he's fighting. Oh yeah, I think the winner of
Crawford Porter.
I think he's starting. Yeah, they're probably just waiting to see what happens with that. And then, now I wasn't gonna say you guys and Manny Pacquiao, but Manny Pacquiao, he ain't want that.
He'll beat up you guys too, though.
Oh, he knows that.
Beat the shit out of you guys. But as far as like Deontay Wilder though, he's got to stop being a one-trick pony. He needs more cardio. Somebody needs a. He's getting taught how to box. You can't expect somebody to learn how to box in a year. It's gonna take time.
He has no defense.
Yeah, at all. His hands were here.
And he's a better boxer.
How are you here?
Deontay Wilder's a freak, man.
That power's ridiculous. Period.
His life. I want to see a movie. I want somebody to do a Deontay Wilder movie.
Do you know what bummed me out about the fight though? Wilder looked beat a lot of that fight. Like if you look at his face,
he was tired.
He just looked like you can.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
All you got to do to Deontay.
I feel like he was defeated too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All you got to do with Deontay is hit him.
Fight, right?
Hit him a few good times, or knock him down early. You'll defeat him because his ego's so easily bruised.
It's not fair to say that because there's only one man to be able to do that.
But I'm saying he's got to learn.
Think about his career though.
Let's talk about people.
Think about how his career started. The nigga needed surgery for his daughter. He goes and try out for some boxing shit because if you win the boxing tournament, you win enough money to pay for the surgery.
I get that, but
he goes wins that. That lands him to the USA trials. Nigga, he places bronze in the world. Comes back, has been undefeated, knocking out Hall of Famers up until now. So when you say it's like, oh well, if you rough him up early, he's not that. It's just like we ain't seen him get roughed up enough.
Okay, but what is one of the things that a lot of boxing commentators, a lot of boxers will tell you? What separates a great Hall of Fame champion fighter from just a good fighter is what do you do when your back's against that wall, your ass is touched that canvas, you're getting beat. What do you do? How do you answer? Do you put your head down?
You get back up 2 times.
I get that. No, I get it. He got up, but nigga, you get up with vigor. I don't like how his head was down and how he looked defeated.
You're talking about. It's not that he was defeated. You're in there with a Hall of Fame boxer that has had a Hall of Fame pedigree in boxing. Tyson Fury is one of the most skilled fighters.
I'm not saying that he's not.
But Deontay Wilder, if Tyson Fury is on this level and he's the top of the skill-wise, Deontay Wilder is right here. So what you seen was not defeat. It was a puzzle. Like, well, nigga, I have to. That's why he got frustrated and was like, okay, one of us is getting knocked out. I'm just gonna have to turn it into a brawl.
Hold on.
He did a good job of making it a brawl. Wait.
You can't get on me about what my opinion on how he looked.
I'm not on you.
Okay, so let me get my shit off.
I'm giving you my opinion.
Okay,
to your opinion.
To me.
He looked getting so defensive.
He looked defeated.
I get it.
When he got up from that second knockdown, he never got back.
So he wasn't knocked down 3 times.
Yeah, he was.
Was he?
Yes. It was 5 knockdowns. Tyson Fury got knocked down twice. 3 knockdowns. The third one they ended it.
Okay. See,
So
or maybe it was a 3 knockdown rule too.
No.
It wasn't?
It wasn't. They had a point.
I think they should fight
waved
again.
it off on his way down to the ground. He was already being waved off and knocked out on his way to the ground.
And he was conscious.
He was already
on the
being
ground.
tapped.
But he was conscious on the ground.
As soon as he's going to the ground, you see the ref tapping him.
Fam, this is all I'm saying. We see this in sports. And if you're from a certain community, it's hard to kind of like look at these things and not see that. I try to ignore some of them in sports. Man, I ain't even watch. I told you. Well, I didn't tell you, but I'm like, man, I was like, damn, that kind of like bummed my night out, right? I ain't like the way it ended. In my natural time, in my head, I'm like, damn, bro, like.
A lot of but.
I'm like, man, this cat.
That's boxing, man.
This cat literally is boxing in America.
A lot of people have been.
It's boxing in America.
Stopped early. They stopped him early in another country.
Fam, I'm not talking about the early stoppage. Like, that's not my point at all. My point is, I'm talking about the fact that there's overwhelming evidence, nigga, that this motherfucker cheated in the second fight, and he got away with it. I'm talking about this white privilege that we see in sports. I'm talking about that Tom Brady can get caught cheating, but nobody ever dares put an asterisk by his name. That carries over to the consumer, nigga. Before as soon as the
Bonds get an asterisk.
Yeah, he has.
Oh,
dog.
wow.
He's not in the Hall of Fame, fam.
Right, he is.
That's what I'm trying to talk about. It's shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you be like, wait, hold on, fam. Like, it's the fact that Allen Iverson don't got a job for the Sixers.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Right. Steve Nash is coaching the Nets, nigga.
Right, and they never even played
a super team.
Ain't even played for him.
The fuck?
And Mark Jackson don't got a job.
Hey, I don't support him not having a job, but at least we know there's a thing there. He said some things that, even though it was in a religious setting.
You're right.
And that's still, no, wait, you're right though, because that's still a fucking slant. Because what other man could be giving a sermon based on the Bible and lose his job for it?
Right.
Because it offended, and that's what we're going to talk about a little later about this LGBTQ mafia. I'm not talking about the community. I'm talking about the LGBTQ mafia that we need to start paying attention to. You know, because they said when black people start fighting for liberation, that some of us were extremists. Hey, Martin Luther King's cool. We might not agree with him all the way, but that Malcolm guy, he's a bad one. He's extreme. Okay, so you ain't going to tell me that the LGBTQ community doesn't have any extremists. Doesn't have any extremists into that.
Segue into that. We're
you know
doing
what I'm saying?
The Wilder
well,
thing.
no, we
segue into
that's
that.
No. Now you doing my show. Like,
oh my bad.
Yeah, I got it in place. Right here. We're gonna do that.
Well, then we're going to the. I'm over this Wilder thing. I don't know why I just got over it so fast. My bad, keep going, bro.
No, my nigga, because you act like we not live doing a show, nigga. This nigga, man.
I'm a dickhead for that one. I don't know how that happened.
Just catch yourself, fam. Like,
Yeah,
hey, because
my
you could write out the show. My
Go
nigga.
ahead, go ahead.
You want to do the next one?
My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey, man, what you want to do? My nigga, it's a way to switch topics.
It is.
Because I'm done with this shit.
Well,
too.
no. I
Hey, and guess who brought this topic up?
Me.
For the world.
Me.
This is his topic.
It is.
The fuck you mean, nigga? You gonna cut me off like I'm the one dragging this shit over? You want brung this shit up? I didn't want to talk about this fucking fight because I'm still not over it, nigga. Because I gotta see, man. Shout out to Aki TV. Aki TV do the screen play by play, and I'm just like, nigga, I get that, bro, fam.
Okay,
fam.
no.
They
actually,
gotta fight
no.
again.
I don't mean
They
no.
gotta
Matter
fight
of fact,
again.
I apologize for cutting you off. What did you see? The video you were talking about. What was the video? We never got to talk about it. What happened? What are they trying to say happened in the fight?
It's not trying anything.
17
listen,
seconds on the
listen
map.
to me.
Okay.
It's the same thing that the Hall of Famer that never lost, that's calling the fight, say, yo, he was making a fuss of it on air. Like, yo, this is crazy. Like, the fight's over. Like, dog, when you see when Deontay Wilder knocked him the second time, he was like, oh, yeah, I got him. Because when you're a puncher like that, they know.
You know.
Just like Tyson Fury knew when he got him. Like, oh, I got his ass.
Yeah.
So he got him, dog. Tyson Fury's down. Go look. I just dare everybody to go look at that second knockdown and watch. Don't even count. Just watch how the ref is. Boy, it damn.
Stops count, makes him.
The ref damn near helped that nigga up when he was like, nigga, like, you straight, you good? Like, you know, doing that type of shit. Like, go get that nigga. Like, and that's how it feels. Dog, that's why the crowd, Wilder is not he's famous, but he's not he's not a beloved fighter.
Yeah.
He's more loved overseas than he is here.
Yeah.
Because In Asia, and they be like, he be knocking shit down.
Knocking shit the
like,
fuck out.
Fuck
That's
all
King
that skill
Kong,
shit.
nigga.
We know skill.
That's
We
King
heavily
Kong.
skilled over here.
Like King
That
Kong
nigga's
shit.
over there. Oh, you gonna go? I wouldn't say. I didn't say that. You know what I mean? You gonna put him in that jacket? Like
No, over there.
to compare. Well, I'm not speaking for them. I'm just saying, like I noticed that he said that in Asia and stuff like that, they don't jack. They look at the like anomaly of it. Like, damn, they look at his story and be like, he has no skill and he's knocking out these world class fighters like that. That's amazing, dog. I don't care what nobody say. That's amazing. But boxing purists get annoyed at that shit and be like, nigga, he ain't that good of a fighter. All he do is load up on the right hand. He don't hide the jab. He don't do this. He don't do that. So all I was trying to say is he's not a beloved boxing champion, right? Mm-hmm. People been kind of waiting to see him lose. Like, nigga, that trick, that one.
I'm getting sick of seeing him. I don't want to see him
right?
lose no more, nigga.
So
I didn't want to see him lose to Fury at all.
He's lost twice.
I didn't want to see him lose to Fury at all.
Like, I'm tired of seeing this nigga losing. I get you. I don't want to see that either.
I didn't want to see him lose at all.
But it's because boxing is tribal, and it makes you like, you know what I'm saying, get into your tribal bag. So I get that.
But no, because I don't look at Fury as a regular white dude. I look at him as an overseas. I don't put him.
What are you talking about?
I just don't put him in.
What are you talking about? To me, that's asinine, and you have to unpack that.
Why?
You have to unpack that to me. Like, what do you mean? Like,
oh, okay.
What do you mean?
I don't look at.
Why do you think that he sells? Why do you think that America was cheering for him?
I'm saying
more
here, yeah, it makes sense. But I don't look at Tyson Fury as the great white hope against us as boxing as it will be if there was an American here doing what Tyson Fury was doing to Deontay.
Well, to me, I don't. Look, this is what I don't do, because it's easy to do this, and people get mad. And you're gonna understand this because you're from the D. Niggas get real touchy if they ever hear any slint that you're doing that to Eminem with rap.
Right.
But nigga, if you're nice, you're nice. That's not our culture. And we don't got to apologize for nigga American culture because that's not black American culture.
Right.
If a motherfucker is nice, you're nice to black people.
Yeah.
Hey, black people, just like the Asian community and just like, you know, certain Hispanic communities, fam, it was a large time of our lives that we only watched white people on TV. Because only white people could be on TV. Only white people could be in the movies. All the Disney characters when I was a kid were fucking white.
Right. Hell yeah.
I don't want to hear that shit. I don't have to apologize for this motherfucking sensitive ass. Like, no, nigga, there's a certain group of sector of people in this country that are racist and that come from racism and that practice racism. I'm not a part of that. So if a motherfucker's dope and he's white, nigga, he dope. Nigga never got, nigga, you know how fucking, you know what I used to do around my house? Watching Jason Williams white chocolate highlights, nigga.
Trying.
My mother almost killed me. I broke a vault, nigga. I'm nigga trying to do all type of shit, nigga. What are you talking about?
Pass off the elbow.
Come on, fam.
You done fucked up a lot of shit.
I don't want to hear,
nigga.
You never heard black people, nigga, like, dog. The way a white America would hate a Deontay Wilder or Floyd Mayweather, we didn't do that, nigga. Black America's not like that to fucking none of these cats. We don't do that. We don't do that, fam. I be having niggas argue with me. I remember when nigga Tom Brady, boy. What you know about Tom? You know what I mean? Dog, we not, that's not our culture.
No, it's not.
That's not our natural instinct to do those things. So that's all I'm saying. Like, but when you see this shit, it just correlates is all I'm trying to say. It makes you think about all these other incidents, and it sucks, and it's tiresome because as a sports guy, we sports guys, like, hey man, just like you said, hey, but niggas get bad counts all the time. But on top of the questionable second fight.
Yeah.
And then the fact that Tyson Fury did everything he could to not have to fight him, right? And then for the day of the fight, we hear nationwide from every reporter that, there's an issue with Tyson Fury's gloves. And then you hear the Nevada gaming community, the same gaming committee, and this is why I think, and I'll end this because I do want to get off this. This is why I think Deontay Wilder should have fucked with Floyd. It's not always about the man. It's not always about the man.
It's about the equipment and the training.
Nigga, it's about everything that man brings and everything that he touches. And Floyd is God body in Vegas because you can think that whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas and all these cool lights and shit is what makes Vegas money. Floyd made Vegas money.
Lots of it.
Floyd made this state money. And every judge, elected official, and big money getter in this place that's worth any kind of pool, has any kind of pull or leverage, they know that. So when Mike Dyna 2 happened And he tried to do the same thing with them fucked up ass, warped ass overseas niggas, some back alley plant gloves that he got and got shipped in. Hey, the gaming commission, because at this point they was tired of seeing Floyd win.
Yeah,
they was tired of his pro-black ways in his own way, and not the way that they're used to, right? So they was ready to see Floyd lose. The Nevada Gaming Commission sanctioned those gloves. Floyd's trainers was having the same conversation that Wilder's trainers was having. Like, yo, that's some bullshit. Look at these gloves. They were trying to talk logic. Like, look how thick these gloves are, and these are his thin gloves versus his glove. Like, what are we doing? You can feel my knuckle. He said, I can feel my knuckle through it. I could do woo. Okay. So he said, man, I got to have Wilder come down. And it was like, whoa, why? No, don't bring him down, because if he comes down, it doesn't matter. The gaming commission, and he kind of said it like the Nevada Gaming Commission already signed off on these gloves, so it's nothing that he can say. And I thought to myself, yes, he can, because he can pull out the fight. Exactly. Sometimes you have to know how to serve your royalty, and Floyd has mastered that, and he's worked and crafted a fucking niche in this world to where he has a podium to stand on. Floyd walked down there and was like, because it's the money team, they went and got Floyd. Like, oh hell no, all right, bullshit. Yo, Floyd came down there like, man, let me see the gloves. He's like, I done fought 1,000 times. Let me see him. And as soon as he put the glove in his hand, he's like, man, fuck that. Man, hell no.
No, and they have Floyd test him.
And so that nigga walked right. Like, man, fuck that, nigga. And he's like, whoop, whoop, nigga. He's like, man, this is what it is. So guess what happened? Now you got to wear the gloves I pick for you, nigga.
Yeah.
Because I'm the A side of this. And you think Mike Donna, or you think even Tyson Fury, who has money, I know he's making a lot of money, but he has had some money troubles and things like that. I'm just saying, he's on the comeback on the second tour. Mm-hmm. You think that he's about to leave that money on the table just for those gloves? Nope, nigga, he'd have conformed. But this is why he serenades the crowd after he wins in America, because he spoke about it before. America's racist to black people. So he knows that. He knows that think about that. In a sport like boxing, man, fuck you, nigga. They don't even care about you in your own country. Yeah. They want me to win. Nigga, they cheering for me. They're giving me the A-side treatment. They're giving me this. They're giving me that. They're giving me the benefit of the doubt. They never talk about this motherfucker's transgressions anymore. After he's done with them, they don't talk about him. Hey, if Floyd Mayweather got caught bribing a farmer to lie about some drugs and shit that he had by his meat, every time Floyd got into the ring and fought, they would have been talking about that. Every time.
I wonder if Floyd ate that meat again this time.
Hey, Allen Iverson's a motherfucking great basketball player, one of the greatest football players ever played high school state football in Virginia. He's an All-American in 2 sports, has a legendary story. He beat a fucking 15-year sentence, right? All these things. You know what they bring up about him? Practice. Mm-hmm. They make fun of the practice rant, but they never tell you that, hey, man, he was saying that because they kept asking him about practice when everyone in that room knew that his best friend had just got murdered. But they're threatening to fine him if he's not there to answer the question. So he said, I'm here. What's up? Y'all don't want to talk to me about how black people out here dying, though, right? You want to talk to me about why I was late for practice? Hey, I'm the franchise player. Newsflash: franchise players don't even practice.
Right?
What are you talking about? You think LeBron James is at practice in the middle of the season? You think he's practicing? He might be at the facility. Mm-hmm. But he ain't on the goddamn court. And if he is on the court, fam, it's because if it is on the court, he gonna be doing the same shots he be doing at Bronny's games.
Mm-hmm. The little layups.
You know how you doing a JV playing or something? You go in there to warm up, get a little layup real quick, nigga. Like, yeah, man, that's what he doing.
Hit him with the
right.
Or you might.
That come on, fam.
You know, just get up.
Come on. So it's just one of those things, man. Like, I think the world is starting to realize that more. It's being constantly in people's faces, and I think that it all just, hey, man, like, at the end of the day, it's a new day. And I'll leave it at that. Did you have, I remember we had some Lucy's. We done with all our Lucy's? That's all our Lucy's, right? Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to get this rocking, man, because this is going to be in and out.
Pause.
Thank you. Pause. What's up, moms? Ocean Fleming.
Pimp, right?
Oh, man, this brother is much more. He's an accused pimp.
I mean, what he's being charged with is pimping and all types of crazy.
Oh, no. No, he's that. Yeah, at one point in time, he was, yes. But I'm gonna just give it a little backdrop, man. Okay, so Ocean Fleming, they call him the boss of the city, man. This dude is the closest thing we have to like a Alpo. No, I can't do that because Alpo is, even though to me Alpo is a street legend, he's kind of a godfather of hip hop in a lot of ways, of modern day hip hop, but there's still in terms of the street vernacular, like there's still a jacket on him, right?
Right.
So I think that I would compare him to like a modern day Big Meech type character.
Okay.
But right here in Vegas, man, like I don't know Ocean personally, but you know what I mean, I grew up back and forth in the state, and like you hear his name, and cats would always assume that I knew him. Hey man, you know Ocean, and I'd be like, man, no, I've been hearing about that cat for a long time, but we live in two totally different worlds and lanes. You know what I'm saying? Ocean tells his story, man. Whereas I'm not gonna get deep into his story because he has a lot of big things coming out, and I don't really want to kind of spoil that. I want that brother to tell his tales. You know what I mean? But I'm just gonna give you an outlier because this story is so crazy. Netflix is picking it up with their documentary series in 22. It'll be out 2022. That's how crazy this is. And I'm talking about even when I got up to Reno, I'd be in the Bay or something like that. Like his name pops up,
Right.
all around the country, right? Rap artists, you know what I mean? Certain celebrity types. So Ocean Fleming is a Las Vegas native, man. That he got early off the porch. He tells a tale about some Hispanic men moving into his neighborhood, and seeing that he was, that's what like they often do, scout young black men to push their product, man. And basically that's what happened with Ocean. Ocean was kind of recruited in a way to do these deeds. He was ripe for it, he was game for it, and he was successful at it. So he goes on a spree of selling drugs, hustling and stuff like that, making a lot of money, and he finds himself in prison on a prison bid. He's in a room in a cell with an old timer who happens to come from the pimping and pandering game, right? And he decided to, because of the history of his mother and father, he decided that, you know what, drugs ain't it. I'm gonna go into this other thing. And he started doing like, the whole, we're in Las Vegas, man. He started doing the whole pimping and pandering here. This is at a time when like the authorities are just now like starting to, maybe formulate and starting to treat pimps like drug dealers. I guess pimping and pandering was a slap on the wrist criminally.
Yeah, it was.
I wouldn't, I wouldn't know until I found out.
Yes, it wasn't that. It wasn't even a big offense. That's why they upgraded the trafficking now.
So exactly. So in his case, man, look, I'm gonna just go over some of the key players. Ocean gets arrested, gets out, goes into this new thing, and he takes some of the D-boy ways with it. So like, he had been shot a few times. He said he even lost a toe. Like he didn't feel comfortable in gator bottoms. He had the money for those things and all that, and he had the lure to be like it was easy transition for him. He already had women around. He was already interacting with the same type of women. It just all worked out for him. And he was like, man, I'm just, this is what we're gonna do. So he was kind of leader. He was like the leader of his crew. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we're gonna do. They transformed into like some, basically, if you would, modern day hip hop piece that you see today. Cats that dress like me and you, right? Like, like you used to could look at it, you could see a pimp from across the way, like, oh, that's a pimp over there.
No,
right?
You can't. Now
they
look like us.
They dress comfortable. They dress, in every fashion and stuff like that they want. There's no set uniform. Ocean meets a young man by the name of, this thing is crazy. This young man sees a guy comes around. He sees Ocean, and he's like, "Yo, this dude, like, man, he's kind of that dude. Like, who is this?" And he asked about him, and one of the dudes from out of town, I guess, that was out here doing his thing. He was just like, "You don't know who that is, man? I think he's like the mayor of the city, bro. He run this shit. He's from here. He's actually from Vegas." So he's like, "Oh man, I got a link with him." This dude ends up being Molly Mall. So one day, Ocean is out doing his thing, chilling. And Marley Marl pulls up on him in like a drop top Wraith or something like that, Phantom or something. Like, yo, bro, get in, man. Let's go kick it. Buying bottles, whining and dining. Like, man, you know, they make a relationship. They become friends. They start doing things together. Ocean tells the story as basically he understood that Marley Marl understood that, like, if I have this guy on my team, not only is no one ever going to bother me, you know what I mean, but I'm going to, like, make even more money. Mm-hmm. I think Marley Marl's thing was a little bit of everything, allegedly. You know, I don't know what the brother does, but
they called Marley Marl some, like, kiddie porn shit, didn't they?
Well, this is the thing. Pimping and pandering, I think drug, narcotic distribution, things like that. One of the other things that come up in this Ocean interview and stuff like that is that Marley Marl allegedly bailed Big U out of prison for $2 million, because when it was all said and done, Marley Marl was basically a mole. He was a guy that, like, the feds and the police here he started a relationship with a few officers here, and I'm assuming that he was doing his thing and he probably got caught. Mm-hmm. But he had money, so he paid them off, and that became an ongoing relationship. And this happened before he meets Ocean. Ocean is a stand-up dude, lives by the street code, died by the street code, will kill by the street code, allegedly. He's not, and that essence of him is actually what saves his life. That's what's crazy about this whole story, because as the feds start moving in and they start building cases on certain high-level pimps in the area, right? Vegas is like a pimp playland, so you can set up shop here and get books and jackets on cash from Memphis, Florida, and all over the place. And the feds were just doing what they do, and they kept noticing that every time they thought they had Marley, he would, like, evade them, or, like, you know, something would come up, and they kind of start getting a wind, like, man, something ain't right down there in Vegas, right? But, you know, feds keeping their taps on it. Right. Then Ocean and Marley, they have some kind of falling out. Ocean, you know, you can't hang with the sharks and fool them,
right?
Like, that's the problem about the wolves, nigga. Like, that's why our wise one would tell you, man, just feed the wolves before you get on the menu.
Before
right?
You become the food.
So, man, Ocean is a wolf if there ever was one, fam. Respectfully. And so he's doing him. He's honorable dude. But he's starting to see little funny things about Marley that's not holding up to the stature of the man that has $1 million penthouses all over the world, and, you know, a fleet of cars and big money, this big boss. You got killers and D-boys saluting you and hanging out with you. But turns out since 2008, he's been feeding the feds, everybody. Right? Ocean, he's not really into that, you know, and he moves a certain way that he doesn't have, like, a lot of police interaction.
Right.
So it was like he wasn't really dealing with that. Now he finds out through a female that Marl had, you know, because Marl paid the police, but that's his right hand man at the time. So he's like, hey, what? So when he asked him about it, he was like, oh yeah, man, I was gonna tell you, bro. I think we got him on. I want to make sure it was straight first. He kind of talked his way around it. So Ocean, being the street dude that he is, he's like, bet, we're good. We gonna know if we getting hit. We gonna know when the next person, like, we good, right? So turns out only one of them was good.
Only Marley was good,
because eventually the boys came and asked him about Ocean. Now this is his dude that he's doing everything. They kind of doing things together. They out here, and instead of, like, spinning him, like, no, leave him.
or
like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, he's off limits. We ain't going
right.
after him.
He didn't hold him down like that.
Yeah.
He cooperated. Now, Ocean tells a story that, in the way he's telling the story, he's like, man, Ocean is a real deep dude. Like, I can't wait for the world to hear his story because he's so much better at telling it. You know what I mean? He's a very articulate, charismatic guy. And he breaks this shit down scientifically, bro. And he's just like, man, I'm knowing this guy, and I'm thinking that basically when they hit him, he started noticing that, like, yo, we got the police working for us, bro. Like, tell him, you know, like what are we getting out of it? He said he feels like the police sensed that first they was on some boss shit, like he was the boss. But then they realized in dealing with this man's character, like, man, he ain't no wolf. He just got a lot of money. Mm-hmm. So guess what? Like, hey, who is this dude right here selling dope over there? You know him. So the cops did what they do. They just flipped him. They went from working for him and making sure him and his girls and stuff like that didn't get arrested, certain things get taken out, to him working for them. Because they some goons. And they was like, man, this dude's soft. He ain't no killer. Like, so they stopped fearing him. It was like, man, well, hey, man, they getting their payment, and they like, yo, man, tell us about this dude. And so he just obliged, right? To get short on in the story, Ocean is hit with, I want to say, 60 count indictment, something crazy, right? They hit him, bro. They hit him out of nowhere, charge him with all type of, pimp and pandering, abuse, trafficking,
domestic violence,
all these things, right? And he's saying the whole time he refuses a deal, right? They gave him try to give him a sweeter deal. He refuses it. It's a high, in the city at least, it's a high profile case. Ocean saying like, yo, you know my body, you know what I do, right? I've never made no quarrels in that. The judge asked him at sentencing, like, yo, Ocean, why aren't you taking this deal? And he looked at her and said, I owe y'all 5 years. The shit that I did, that y'all got me on, that I got caught with, like, yo, I shouldn't have did that shit. That's my fault. I was wrong.
Yeah.
That's a 5 year sentence. Everybody else in the world, that's 5 years. Like, I've been going to jail and in and out of jail and shit like that since I was a kid. I know the legal system better than just as well as everybody in here. That's why, you know what I mean? So that's a 5 year thing. He said, man, all that other stuff they got me on, I'm never copping to that. I didn't do those things. That's a dub. They hit him with life, bro. For 4 years or so, he's behind prison bars telling any and everybody that would listen, like, yo, they set me up. Molly Mall, they set me up. But this is the thing, hold on. Let me not speak out of turn, because he didn't snitch on Molly.
Right.
He never said Molly Mall's paying this dude, I know it, and he never did none of that. He stayed true to the code. When he got hit, he said, yo, it's going to be $1 million to bail me out. No, it was before he got hit with the life. He tried to get Molly to bail him out. And that's when Molly told him that he had just bailed Big U out. He couldn't do it. So he said, okay, that ain't, something iffy. Like, nigga, I know we getting money. Like, they froze all my shit, bro. Like, just give me the $1 million. I'm going to get that back to you. Right? Because these is big players, bro. This ain't no nickel and diamond type operations. Right? That's why Drake is in the picture. Mm-hmm. That's why Justin Bieber is a part of the case, nigga, and being discussed. Because what blew this whole shit open is the feds, after the police put away Ocean. Mm-hmm. Ocean had did some interviews where he, got on there and told his story. He just told his story what happened. So the feds get wind of this. They started looking into who is this Ocean character. Now, it was a time when in this country, you had to do something crazy to go to the feds. You didn't go to the feds for continuous domestic violence and shit like that, right? For a couple of ounces. You had to be like a big dog. Mm-hmm. They knew, because of like the money and the private prisons and stuff like that and the bureaucracy, the feds have been forced to take in a lot of what they feel are lesser criminals. But that's why those kind of people get deals and get on parole faster, because they just want them out of their hair. So they're investigating Las Vegas PD and Metro and stuff. And what they're doing is they're doing a joint investigation. Ocean's tucked away, doing life. Who's listening to a lifey, right? Like, yeah, nigga, we all innocent. He on Lifers Row. Everybody like, yeah, nigga, we all innocent. So he do, because of his status in the game and his fandom, he just reluctantly does like maybe a couple of interviews, just with some dudes that he already know that he fuck with their platform. It was like, man, y'all getting into this YouTube shit, like my story kind of popping, I'll throw y'all a bone. It wasn't on no like help me get free. But when he tells a story, dog, I'm telling you, the shit is so compelling. And when he goes into these details of things, it's so salacious, dog, that I'm not, wait till you hear that. Y'all hear the end of this, man. So now the key players in this: Ocean Fleming, the accused. You have Detective Warren Gray of Las Vegas Vice Squad, and then there's Las Vegas Police Department, and also in the Las Vegas Police Department Organized Crime Unit. Then there's a Detective Bachman. Detective Bachman is a smooth-talking African-American brother that's intelligent, that's also a police officer, that rose up the ranks within the Organized Crime Division because, I don't know, I just think that honestly he was a young black dude that was using like urban tactics. Ocean compares him to Denzel Washington's character in Training Day.
Oh, he's Lonzo?
So basically, this is Las Vegas Lonzo right here, right? One of them Lonzo cops, fam. So
Las Vegas Lonzo.
this is the crazy shit about it. Detective Bachman is one of the and police officer Warren Gray. They're two of the officers that's on Molly's payroll, allegedly. Right? So now they're on the payroll. So when they go after him, they throw him. They basically gonna throw all, he gonna be the fall. Like get Ocean out of there. He the fall. One of Ocean's female companions was then coerced by one of these police officers. They took her from Vegas to New York, put her up in $1 million penthouse, paid her thousands of dollars a month, elaborate shopping sprees, engaged in sexual exploits with her. And then on the morning of Ocean Fleming's case, as a nice bow on a beautiful present, surprise witness, flipped her on him, right? So that's one part of it. They went and got some other females that he had relations with. Ocean was a pimp. And they got them to testify that, oh, yeah, and these are women that allegedly he hadn't been dealing with, and so on and so forth. He gets Detective Bachman, this is where it gets deep, okay? So now Ocean goes to prison. He's fighting his appeal situation in prison, right? He hires a lawyer that had just switched over from being one of the youngest judges in the country to a defense attorney. And that was brilliant because she came with a lot of resources and she came with a lot of insight. This young woman is the one that brought him the tapes and the visuals of Molly meeting with the feds and broke it to him that, oh, Molly's a fed. Like, that's how they got this on you. That's why none of this makes sense. That's why they're accusing you of all these things and having all these witnesses pop up that you ain't seen. That's why they have all this testimony. You know what I'm saying? That's why he never was there when it, just right at the. So it breaks it all down, right? He calls him, lets him know, like, boy, you a rat. Boy, you rat food. Dead that. Boom. Get off the phone. Like, just so he know what time it is. Now, Ocean's strong out here. You know what I mean? He's strong. So presumably, like, he's getting the word back from mutual parties. Like, yeah, man, I don't know what's going on with Molly. Like, I told him, nigga, he should just come see you because, you know what I mean? Like, you always down to have a conversation. Like, a mutual friend is telling him this. Like, something must be wrong with y'all because he said, fam, the nigga just at the house getting high and drunk, smoking, partying, like, binging. Like, saying, man, that's fucked up, man. They lied to me. Like, evidently, Molly, the cops, they do what they do. They played him too. It was like, oh yeah, man, don't trip, man. We're gonna do this so that way we don't got to take you down, and then he gonna end up being, like it'd be out in like 18 months. Ocean says in the interview, he says, man, I'm so glad that didn't happen. He said, because if I only went to jail for 18 months, I'd have been right back out to my $1 million scheme, and I wouldn't have got the blessing. This was his way out. You know what I'm saying? Dog, he's not facing life. He's sentenced to life. He's already in the can.
Mm-hmm.
The story goes cold for about 2 years. Nobody's talking about him. He's starting to die down. The feds break away from the Las Vegas Metro PD joint investigation and lets the authorities know, like, no, they're part of our investigation. We looking into them now. Something ain't right.
Yeah.
Right?
So they next.
Because what happened is now Molly's out here. He's running around free doing what he do, but he's not. He ain't. He's having more incidents now. Right. More things is going up, nigga. The jacket then put on you. You got to move a certain way. Cats is doing business with you, not paying you because what you did to, you know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff going on. So everything ain't going smooth. And then Detective Bachman, because he put away Ocean, and now he's using this Molly to put away all these pimps, all these big time pimps from all over the country that was here making millions and millions of dollars in this community. They all on a string are starting to get locked up. Boom, 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 boom. And it's this one detective that every time he's beating his chest and he's like, yeah, because if you come to Las Vegas, you're going to respect our young women and we're going to protect our daughters, right? But all the while, this is a man that's selling drugs, doing drugs, planting drugs on people, and forcing prostitutes to have sex with him. Right? You know what happened to Detective Bachman? He quit the police force because he got picked up on a VH1 TV show called Saving Our Girls or some shit like that. Oh, shit. He was one of the cops. So he got to go to Hollywood, nigga, like off my boy O. Nigga, he got to go to Hollywood off these cats in the streets doing what they doing, right? So Ocean and them is seeing this, and then so the feds are seeing all this stuff, and then the feds are seeing, like, because they start tapping into shit, and they see, like, hey, this guy be at Molly Mall house a lot. You start looking into Molly Mall, like, yo, this dude's a pimp. This nigga, oh, he's involved in a couple of drug transactions. Okay, why is this vice cop? Okay, we're starting to see that. And then while Justin Bieber was there for a birthday party of this said cop's daughter at Molly Mall's house, Justin Bieber has a image of him going viral where he's holding this little monkey. That's Molly's monkey. The feds know that from surveillance. They start snooping, tapping in. Now it's like, okay, well, what was going on? And on the video, one of the videos that they discovered, the detective's daughter is referring to Molly Mall as Uncle Molly. So they're just like, oh, y'all got a relationship. Like,
yeah, that
ain't just no. You didn't just, because you're a vice cop and you knew this celebrity, like you made it happen. Like, no, nigga, your daughter's calling him uncle.
They got a relationship.
Y'all family. How y'all so close when you're vice and he's involved in these things? Mm-hmm. The feds can know you doing this, but that don't mean they coming after you. So they knew Ocean's body. The feds go to Ocean in prison while he's serving life, and the first thing he tell him, man, eat one. I ain't no, I don't know nothing, right? You ain't about to play me because he's never thinking like that is gonna be beneficial. Like, man, whatever. I'm already a dub over here. I'm just working on my appeal to try to make this not a life sentence. But he said, man, he just had small children, and one of the things he said that he learned in the game is that men take care of their family and their kids, no matter what. So he said that was what was killing him the most. And he said, man, the feds was like, hey, man, just to get his attention, they walk in and like, yo, man, we don't want to hear that shit. We know who you are. We know what you're about. But we also know that on such and such a date at this time, you did this. We know that 4 years ago, that this went down. It was a double, bam, bam. 2 people left, ended up homicide, and we know you. So they basically was pointing out shit, giving his word. Like, according to him, they pointing out things that like, and then one of the FBI agents was like, fam, if we wanted to nail your ass, like just those 3 right there will keep you here for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. Then they took the paper like, we don't care about that. We want to talk to you about something. Why did you say that this was all a setup and that the prosecutor and the judge and the lead cop, the cop that arrested you and his senior officer, like what are you talking, like, you know what I mean? Tell us the story again. And he's like, oh man, look, man, this is what it is. And he breaks down the same story and he tells them. But what he don't know is that they've have years of investigating, wiretaps, photoing, and all this stuff to literally to corroborate everything. So when he says that, they're like, okay, bet.
Like, oh, check.
Yeah, check.
Shit.
Oh, that's what it is. Oh,
bet. Yeah, we couldn't figure that one out. You gave us the answer to that.
So like he did it he just told his story,
right?
And without naming really like, no, and that's the thing. The whole time he kind of protected. He wasn't really like going after Molly Mall. The only time he went in on Molly Mall is when he goes on, like, if he was to call into this network, like to this joint right here, and he'd be like, yeah, man, that motherfucker's a rat. But he wasn't like yelling at them like, oh, Molly working for this cop and this cop. But what it was, after a while, they was like, hey, we know that your boy Molly is a rat. We know that he's working with this cop and this cop. What's the other, like, who else is he? You know what I'm saying? And then the dude, Detective Bachman, the paid in full cop. I mean, not paid in full cop. The what's the nigga that's acting like Denzel? Alonzo Bachman over here. They looking at him like, man, he in all type of shit. But nigga, he just leaves the force to go into Hollywood and start acting and shit like that and getting money that way. You know what I mean? Not even acting. He's like on a reality show, like where they're going after like pimps and all that stuff, right? He's made himself famous and made some money. Well, when this all comes out through the indictments and all this shit, and people start, and the media start getting all this shit, he gets a new trial, and then now he wins. Like, he's free, like he's out. Like, damn, Ocean was getting life, and he out because not only is he out, he has a multi-million-dollar lawsuit, presumably, against Clark County, against Las Vegas Police Department, against the prosecutor. Against Bachman personally. Against Officer Detective Warren Gray. And then he said he had another partner that used to work with him. That's a female that's still out. You know what I mean? All these people were still out. Now, Detective Bachman, after his show run went through and then the Hollywood shit didn't work out, he tried to come back and get his job back. But by that time, all this shit didn't came out. And they was like, nigga, that's a dub. So then he ends up in Los Angeles driving like limos or something like that for like some kind of sleazy organization like that's ended up being like a massive sex ring. Like he's just a thug with a badge. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Running around here doing all this nonsense. And what happens is that in the first retrial, it was found that they tampered with the jury. Fam, and they got caught because the feds was already up on their shit and was like, and this is what Ocean said. He's like, I can't stress enough, man. My character, the fact that I'm not a snitch, the fact they just could not, they know, like, if he's saying this shit happened.
Yeah, he don't gonna fabricate.
He'll die before he snitch on somebody. Like, that's what he'll do. There's some people that say that. There's some people that talk like that.
He said, but
then there's some of us that are in this world that, not me included, I'm not a street dude whatsoever, but there's certain dudes that come from a certain ilk. It's not the environment, because all of us come from that environment in a lot of ways. It's there's certain persona and personality that that's their own little code, right? And they're not doing that. They're not ever telling on anybody. And they know this. This dude's been going to jail since he was 12 years old for robbing gun stores here in Las Vegas. The cat used to steal a car, put on a seatbelt, ram this shit into the gun store, jump out, load up, reverse out at 12, fam. He went to jail for it at like 11, 12, and then 13. This is Ocean. This is a dude that made millions of dollars selling drugs and millions of dollars alongside women selling themselves, right? This is his life. And everybody fucked with him, like, in the street world. He didn't really have a lot of enemies and things like that, it seems like, you know what I mean? I'm sure in the streets, you know, he was beefing, but when he got into the pimp game, like, you know, pimps, like, congratulate each other. So he was getting fan mail from all over the country when he got sentenced to life. There were celebrities shouting him out. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even celebrities that you think, bro. I heard Mark Jackson shout this dude out. Like, oh, yeah, man, you know, come to Vegas. You know, everybody was in there. Like, you know, Ocean was in there. Like, it's talking about, like, celebrity parties and shit like that. This is that dude. So he stuck away. Now, his celebrity is his celebrity. But when the story breaks out, in the documentary that's coming out, they compare it to the Rampart scandal. Dog, it's that deep. It goes all the way up. One of the judges kicked in one of these niggas' pimp's doors, nigga by herself, like with some other niggas, some goons type nigga, like where my daughter at, like Vegas was wild out here for a minute. Like, it was a little wild out here. You know what I'm saying? This shit's reading like a movie. So, tampered jury, and they found out that the man was like at the behest of the prosecution. He got sentenced to 15 years. And even in the interview, Ocean, I don't have his name because Ocean wouldn't tell his name. He wouldn't tell his name. And it's just hard to find it. They go on the records like he wouldn't tell his name. He's like, man, well, you know, he did what he did. I don't know that dude, but I ain't about to do all that. He said, I'm talking about my situation because it's necessary for me to beat these cats, and I'm just, you know, explaining them like what it is, but I'm not still doing all that. So the dude left the story alone. So now Ocean has successfully got himself out of prison. Nigga, he has landed a Netflix exclusive docuseries deal that's going to be airing in 2022. There's allegedly potentials of millions, tens of millions of dollars in damages. I just think this is the craziest story ever, bro. And it's not a new thing. People in Vegas have heard about this and kind of somewhat even forgotten about it to an extent, maybe, but it's just nuts, dog. Like, hey, man, the good old American justice system.
Only good for you if you're fucking white.
Or got money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because
yeah, if you got money to fight your case, you could
got money to fight your case. Because the thing about Ocean has some bread kind of like, so I know that helped with that attorney and the way she was digging up stuff and getting information. Like, I know that, like, that cost. You know what I'm saying? But every time you see, one of the brothers, like, beat those type of cases, you can kind of looking back and go, oh, he had that bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't had that money, boy, you'd have been, they'd have got you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, when you got money, you get to fight your case from the outside or get your affairs in order if you know you're finna go down.
And I don't like defending criminals for the most part, but I swear, dog, like,
it's easier to
he's
fight
a
your
hero.
case on the outside.
He's a hero, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Ocean, when this is all done with Ocean, they're gonna have to deal with us a little different here. I'm not saying it's gonna change the world, but it's gonna change a lot of how they put together some of these cases, bro. Especially in that pimping and pandering world, which is not a world that I really idolize, condone, nor fully respect. You know what I mean? And I guess that you all right, bro? I'm trying to burp and I don't want to burp in the mic. Oh, okay, my bad. I didn't mean to put you on blast. I just wanted to make sure we don't need to get up out of here, bro. Like, hey, man, you good? But no, so it's just. The Ocean Fleming story, man.
You always tell me it's a listening experience.
No, right.
So
No, I feel you. I appreciate that. I get what you're saying.
Anymore,
the boss of the city. I'm looking forward for the documentary.
Nah, shit.
Hey, man, Ocean, if you ever see this, man, holla at your boy, man. We'd love to get your story up here,
Hell
man. Come on here, chop it up.
You know
what I'm saying? Somebody tag my guy in the comments,
here.
man.
You could even
always
come
talking shit
to the show.
You know what I'm saying? We do whatever,
You
man.
could come.
No. We come to you, player.
We come to you.
Oh yeah. No, this is the cherry on top. I almost fucking forgot. Big O's Towing right here in Vegas. Shout out. Because my man got out now and is basically on his way to being a millionaire because first thing he did, he said, yo, when I got out, I knew I had to change my life and do some shit different. He said, and I got a little bit more enlightened when I was in there sitting down fighting my case. He said, man, I went and got my first job, you know what I'm saying, as a tow truck driver, learned the game, excelled there, took all the game, mastered it, and started my own company, and he making like $5K a day as we speak right now here in Vegas. Big O's Towing. Shout out to him.
Ocean Fleming.
You know
if you're watching this, somebody knows him, tag him.
Big O's Towing.
We'll come to you. We can do the show at Big O's.
Let your boy get a Big O's Towing t-shirt.
We could do a show at Big O's Towing. We'll give you the publicity on that. You know, and get the, you know what I'm saying?
Thing, bro.
He got it, all right, but I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we let Hay on the show. That should be a fun episode.
And before I move on to something else, I do want to add this because there's a lot of women that love and support us.
But big up for you winning that case and getting the fuck out there.
There's a lot of women that love and support us. This is not a cheering
we're
not, of a criminal of criminality towards women.
We're not championing him being a pimp.
Let me finish. Let me get my shit off real quick. I don't want to misspeak on this one. If a woman has a right to choose in every which way, and according to the court documents, according to character witnesses, according to those that know, there's different type of men that interact in this business. Because they don't criminalize Hugh Hefner and things like that as a pimp and as a person that's forcing women or coercing them to do things. However, some of these pimps in the city and stuff like that, they always get that rap. I'm just simply saying, and it's a slippery slope, that based on everything documented,
he never forced nobody.
That's not something that he was. It was a rumor put out by like a journalist or some shit like that he was putting women in dog cages, and they could never find anybody to corroborate that. And he talks about it all on the thing a lot. He's like, man, that really hurt me. He said, because I know people look at me and be like, man, what kind of man are you? Like, you know what I mean? He was like, I wasn't doing that. There's a lot of women in Las Vegas that come here that looks for a certain type of lifestyle and a business to join, and some of them use men as in partnership. And that's the way it was described. That's the way we're reporting it. I mean, if there's any women out there that want to, actually, we're not opening that can of
We're not doing
bag.
that.
God bless you.
God bless you. Don't
go to the authorities, my nigga.
Our shit'll be
Go to the authorities.
Bing, 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 bing,
We're not even doing that. Go to the authorities. God bless you. You know what I'm saying? But
I hope you
I
get
just
the
wanted to get that out
justice
the
you
way
deserve.
before we got any of the hate mail for any chicks I know. Like, y'all was over there just defending the pimp. Like, you know what I mean? But
No,
hey,
we're defending the.
I'm talking about faulty police.
Yeah, faulty fucking police trying to drop
Get
him,
your thing.
trying to put a man in fucking prison and set him up on shit because they really had no way to put him into prison because they had no way to catch him other than this low down, dirty, rat ass nigga who was telling on everybody.
Be careful. Like, and this is one thing. You know what? And I'm going to pose this because I said to myself while watching this, like, oh, we're going to talk about this on the pod. I'm going to holler at Dre about this. And I said to myself, if I could ask this brother one question in an interview setting, because I ain't just, like I said, this boy, you know what I'm saying? This nigga, that's, it's a hard body. No disrespect,
no problem with my nigga
right?
over here.
Let me talk to me. Hey, man, let me holler at you, player. This is no disrespect.
Interview setting.
What I would ask him is that, or what I would like try to point out is like, hey, you ever notice that this judicial system, because there's a couple of people that caught the same similar cases as him that don't look like Ocean that got 3 years probation and not life. It's a guy that got literally the same charges. I'm not going to call his name, but he got 3 years probation, right? And he was of Middle Eastern descent. So another guy that was white, he got 4 years, 5 years probation. And so what I'm saying is that, like, what about, I'm just telling you, hey, black boys out there doing what you do. I know we're not a racist people, but hey, man, it's a lot of ethnicities that when they do illegal things, they don't fuck with niggas.
And also, but be careful too, because these fucking good old boys and all that shit, these cops and shit, love to have it in their mind like these little girls as their daughters and shit. I'm not championing pimps and panders and any of that shit. But what I'm saying is, nigga, they catch you doing that shit, they just look at you on top of being a nigga. They looking at you like, oh, I got daughters.
And that doesn't even have to be.
Nigga.
That's not even a white person thing. There's black cops that take that extra personal.
Let me take that.
Take the race out of it. Men take that personal.
So let's say this: cops
and
are
women,
going to take it personal, but then add it to the racism already they might have for you on this call.
Well, that's everything.
You know
hell yeah. And I feel what you're saying. I'm just saying that what I would ask him though, the question is that, hey, bro, do you think that a person in your shoes, because in his criminal life, you could say his downfall was protecting, looking after, and uplifting Molly. Because Molly, nobody gave a fuck about him. When you got Ocean next to you and you pulling up with cats like him, because we already know, just because you with Drake, just because you with Trace, just because you with Drake and all them niggas like that, don't really make you. That ain't nothing. You're a celebrity. You got money, whatever. I don't know what. But when you pulling up with Ocean,
gives you validation.
If Ocean riding around these Vegas, these Sin City streets, and be like, yo, that's my man.
That means you're validated.
That means
here.
all the stick up kids left you alone when your ass was food, nigga.
Yep.
You owed him better than that.
Because how many niggas was probably looking at him?
You owed him better than that.
Okay, don't
you
touch
was
this
food.
nigga.
No, you was food because there was a few niggas that ran down on him, nigga, that seen Ocean was with him and was like,
okay.
The nigga looked and was like, yo, he told his crew, like, oh, I ain't know he was with,
yeah.
Like, he's that type of dude.
And you know, because every crew probably like, what, nigga, fuck, hey, bro. Hey, no disrespect, this nigga don't know.
Nah.
Shut your ass talking about like
nah,
that.
bro,
Nigga.
like, nah, it wasn't. It was like in the city, like it wasn't like that.
Yeah,
fam, I have never heard nobody be like, man, I've never heard
nigga.
nobody say nothing crazy about that nigga, like, or just some much shit, like, man, that nigga's you don't hear that.
Yeah, you don't.
And I know why, cause niggas, hey, bro, when niggas is really about that, don't nobody talk about them.
Nope.
Don't nobody be walking around just talking shit to these niggas. Like, that's why, nigga. Alpo just did a fucking red carpet, fam.
Right. Yep. Yeah.
in a designer
nigga, Dapper Dan.
Come on, nigga, stop it.
Oh, I had to. Ooh, talking about Dapper Dan, we gonna get on just real quick. We'll go into your next subject. This gonna piss you off as a New Yorker, a native New Yorker.
What happened?
I'm talking to two native New Yorkers that said they did not know who Dapper Dan was.
How old are they?
In their 20s.
That makes sense,
bro. He's still relevant though. Is it to us? Is that one of them things that I'm tripping on? That
I'm be honest with you. If I call Darian's fly, so it's a chance he might know. Cause he be in a Louis and Gucci store and shit
No, but
shopping.
I'm talking about
No, I'm just
New
saying.
York
Hold on.
nigga, though,
No,
bro.
I'm just saying.
Like,
oh, that. I mean, yeah.
born
I
and
guess
raised in New
that's an
York.
element too. That's an element too.
I'm not
But
talking about a Darian who got swag and shit.
No, but-
who might
but-
not know him.
all right,
I'm
no,
talking
okay.
about a
I
nigga
get what
who
you're
grew
saying.
up in New York.
I get what you're saying.
How the fuck you grew up in New York to know who Dapper
Because you
Dan
gotta look
is?
at this though. They took him from the history for a long time.
No, but I get it. But these niggas all talk about Alpo. They all talk about them drug dealers from back then. I'm like, nigga, I asked him, I was like, you know all about them, right? I'm like, you remember all them fly ass Gucci and Louis
Right.
Fitz you never found
But
for
that's one of
nobody?
those things that if you
I'm
don't-
like, the nigga that made him. He's like, oh.
But look, until now, until they did the documentary,
a lot of people wouldn't have known.
you had to be
right.
from that era of culture. You had to like know. You had to be that in tune to the culture.
But
fam,
I feel if
fam,
you
there's
know-
cats that love JD's music
I feel like if
and
you
don't know who J Dilla is.
I feel like if you know Alpo and all that's culture though, you gotta know Dapper Dan now
I
because
don't.
he was a big part.
No,
I mean, he
because-
wasn't in it like that, but he was.
No,
up
but
the
you gotta look at
fashion
it. But
of
you gotta look at it from a native New Yorker standpoint, dog. You think every nigga in New York know who Alpo is?
Nah, that's real.
You know what I mean? People.
Hey, you know what
See,
I
this-
give
when
up
I
to
talk
New York?
to people from other cities, I don't think they realize. Even from my friends from LA and shit, I don't think they realize how California is the most populous state. Right? It's a big ass state.
Big ass state. It's huge.
There's no
That shit takes up damn near the
fam,
whole PC.
You could take every
Pacific West
major
Coast,
city. You
nigga.
could take every major city in fucking California, put it together, and it's no New York. And that's what people don't understand. So when you be like, nigga, like who, like what? Everybody in there, nigga. You know
New
how many
York's
niggas?
fucking
You know how many niggas in
huge.
New York that don't listen to hip hop?
That's real. That's real.
Because when you outside of New York, you feel like, oh, that's where hip hop was created. There, everybody live it. You feel like the mayor is rapping, nigga.
That's
like,
real. Yeah.
But it's not really like that. And New York is the most foreign place. It's a world. It's a microcosm of the world. Any nationality can move to New York and feel at home in a certain neighborhood.
That's real. You know what I do love New York for though?
But I feel you.
You're the reason that we had that big ass push of polo jeans and shit. Cause whoever stole that big ass shipment in New York.
Oh yeah, remember that shit? Yeah, that's funny, dog.
They stole a big ass shipment and
Yeah.
flooded the streets with
Well, that's
polo.
that new
nigga.
that's that new Yiddy
That's
swag
that
though.
booster.
Because hey dog,
wish
like,
we had 'em out
imagine
here, man.
like there's cities that have fences.
Yeah.
Fam, a fence. If you can find a dope fence, nigga, that just gonna come. Hey, bro, I need a rollie. I got about 800.
Give me that. I'll have
Hold
it
on,
for
I
you
see. I got
tonight.
a little something. You ain't gonna be no buzz down or nothing. I got
But
you a
it'll be
little
a plain
something.
Janer. I'll have it for you tonight, and it won't tick. It'll be that legit.
It's gonna
shit
be a rollie
with
It might-
boxing
hey,
papers.
It might have came off somebody's body, nigga.
Yep.
It might be a used and abused rollie. Go get that polished up, nigga.
Yep.
There you go.
Niggas
what-
don't.
that's
That's,
the $800,
what,
you know
that's
what I
what
mean?
West Coast niggas really don't know about is fences and boosters.
Well,
Some
no.
do.
LA,
Some,
the Bay.
LA and the Bay.
The LA and the
All
Bay.
that
Because I'm gonna tell you a
in-between
story.
shit
I'm gonna tell you a
don't.
quick story. I'll tell you a quick story. If you're not in the Bay Area, if you're not in the Los Angeles area, you're not in a metropolitan enough area to experience this in those parts.
And
right?
let me tell you,
So-
like Reno cats don't know boosters. Let me tell my Reno cats about these boosters that we talk.
Let me get my
Get your shit off. Yeah.
in Oakland. Shout out to my boy Justin Riley, man, and God bless the soul of his grandfather. His grandfather had passed, and I had grown kind of close to his grandparents. So his grandmother invited me down to Oakland to come down there with them for the funeral. Bro, I'm a shorty, man. I still got the pants leg up. I'm still rocking my pants leg up with Timbs and shit. I'm in Oakland, and I remember this nigga's auntie was like, Pac and Big still alive, nigga.
Yeah.
And was like, you know where you at?
You're not. You're not
She stopped me. She's like, do you know where you at? And the whole time,
You're
because
oblivious.
I'm being oblivious, because New York was never really like that.
No, you guys
So-
were. It
so-
wasn't a beef to you.
And,
It was just
and
like
so like even,
what?
so when I'm talking to my cousin, and nobody was ever like, oh nigga,
Fuck
East Coast,
fuck
nigga.
West
like,
Coast,
it wasn't
nigga.
like that. They were on
Niggas
that
didn't
side.
go there.
Like,
New York,
or from that
nigga.
energy.
Fuck all you niggas over here.
From that
bro.
energy. My mom has never, nigga, been like, oh, nigga, this is some West Coast.
This
Like,
is
she was like,
Brooklyn, nigga.
so it just was like, nigga, I never really, and I lived on the West Coast.
Right.
So it was just like, whatever,
This is
nigga, right?
we
I'm not
still
I'm not really
attire.
tripping.
This is
But I
what
remember
we
she looked at me and was like, do you know where you at? And I remember his dad rode for me and was just like, he know where he at. He with me. Like, cause the whole time I'm annoying these niggas. I'm like, yo, this kind of look like a New York.
I'm
You know what I
sorry.
mean?
If we're
'Cause it's
somewhere
the-
else, we're
no,
always gonna
but it's
compare it to
No, it's
how
the
we
Bay.
like relate to it. Like I could relate to this spot. This remind me of such and such street. My motherfucking where I came from.
Fam, I get on the BART, you know what I mean? And I think I like told my friend or something because he was kind of confused. I was like, nah, man, we going this way. And he was just like, oh yeah, man, I forgot. You know, like this ain't new to you, like
Nah,
in that
we
way. And
know
I was like,
subways, nigga.
I was like lightweight because it's been a while, but I was just like, I can remember this.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm
it's
saying?
like riding a bike,
and
you
so,
pick it up.
and so he said, he's like, man, that's cool. So he was cool. He was chopping up with me and shit like that. I think he just liked my energy and personality. We're on the BART going to like a movie or something. I don't remember. And this dude get on the BART.
Got everything you need.
And he chilling, right? And I'm an observant person, bro. So I'm sitting there and I'm chilling. And he slide over to Pops, say something to him. Pops was like looking at me, like kind of ignore him. Say something to him again. Pop, I noticed Pop
now
like,
you know, he
snap his head down.
he caught his
and
ear.
he got a napkin full of stones.
Yep, caught his ear.
Full of stones. He's like, and he was telling him, he's like, yeah, man, I just got off my shift, man. He's like, I got some watches too. And he's like, no, I don't want that. Pops was into them stones.
Yeah,
but Pops was a true Bay Area, Oakland dude, old school player. So what Pops did was like, yeah, man, he's like, man, I would. Because dude tried to hit him, like, yeah, man, I'll give you these for this. And he's like, well, how I know it's this? He's like, man, well, the jewelry store closed, man. Like, I'm telling you, I just left the mall right here. He was like, nah, all the jewelry stores ain't closed. Stay on the train, man. Woo. Took him to a whole nother little spot where he already know, like, man, what's up? These real nigga detoured our whole shit. And I remember thinking, like, oh, yeah, this is that.
That's that shit.
This is that right there. Nigga. Like, you don't see, this don't happen everywhere.
Yep, this that deal that he couldn't walk away from, had to verify, because, nigga, I need that right now, nigga.
It's a city of survivalists.
Yep.
When you're in Detroit, when you're in Chicago, when you're in Philadelphia, you're in places like New York City, Los Angeles, the Bay Area, like shit. Miami. Las Vegas is becoming that. Miami, in a way, is a little something like that. Yeah, Texas, right. It's like that. But the thing, what I'm talking about, like, Houston, Dallas, Houston, Dallas, right? You have so many dimensions and like levels to your city.
Yep.
You know what I mean? There's a real underworld to it.
Yep.
I took my boy Chrome, man. We went and played the numbers. You know what I'm saying? And the first thing I had to like grab him because I just knew it. He's from Vegas. When he realized that we went behind the wall in a bodega, and oh my God, I'm in a real bodega. He's thinking about half-baked. This nigga tried to take his phone out and go live. I had to stop him. And you should have seen how they looked at us in there. Like, yo.
You got me like looking brand new, and this is my culture.
If my auntie hadn't already brought me to the store and was like, "It's my nephew," like
niggas might have got whooped.
Bro, we might not have made it out that room.
Niggas might have got machete, nigga.
We might not have been out that room.
Niggas you might have saw machetes. Shik, like, ooh, hey, whoa.
Yeah, because he was like, man, I want to play the number. Well, so my auntie, oh, yeah, you gotta go to the store. He's impatient. He went over there and came back with some scratch-offs. They get that nigga the real legitimate shit because he didn't know how to act, and they don't know him.
Yeah, you don't know how to ask Aki for the joint.
So we went back, man, and next thing you know, we was in there. Playing them.
But he became a tourist.
Playing them in.
He forgot what that motherfuckers go away OT. They gotta remember, don't become a tourist. Remember, you're out your OT, but still gotta remember, nigga, your street codes do kind of regulate over here, nigga.
Well, that's why when I go out of town, that's why when I go OT, I don't go to the hood.
Right. Unless my family or whoever I'm visiting is there.
Man, Lil Yonda just came out here from out there and was like, yeah, that's great. Like, and she was talking shit like, oh man, see, I'm in your neighborhood, I'm riding with you, like, cause she had an attitude, like, trying to get me and my brother in the car, like, oh, I'll just take y'all, let's just go over here. Nah.
No, we're not just going over there.
Though. You go get it.
Yep.
It's your city. We'll be right here.
Yep.
And like, it was an offense, and then no, she finally went ahead and did it, but it was with a lot of attitude. But then, like, I was explaining that to her, like, you know how cats move. I'm in certain neighborhoods.
You
he
and
ain't
Darren,
from here.
Right,
like,
you and
man,
Darian are fucking lit, bro.
Come on, we ain't out here. We ain't doing that.
They can probably look at you and Darian and show that your niggas ain't broke ass
right,
niggas.
Bro, I'm just not, especially when you out of town.
OT.
Well, most people, when they out OT, look lit.
Yeah.
You ain't going out of town bummy.
Right.
You don't go out of town with a little check saved up, a little money.
Shit, unless you go to Detroit, nigga.
You buying extra shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Off the plane in Detroit.
You buying extra. Well, it's certain levels to it. I'm just saying there's levels to it. Like, trust me, if me and D go to the Brook, all like that bust down, nigga, and all that staying here.
I'm looking like this.
What you mean?
Straight
all that
like
bust,
this.
that's staying
Sweat
here.
Fits and Timbs, nigga.
Yeah, I'm not doing that for what? I go shopping out there.
Yep. But and I'm not wearing none of the shit I shop for, too. Bro, I'll wear it here.
Bro, I'm not doing none of that. Like, it's just different elements that you got to watch.
I'll go buy some brand new Timbs and bust them out there. It ain't gonna be no Balenci's or no motherfucking.
Nah, you ain't doing none of that.
Unless we in Manhattan.
Well, the thing is, you got to be strong. Yeah, right. So you got to know where to go. But this is the thing, though. Say, you jump on that one train and you go over to Manhattan. You got to go back to the one train and go back to Brooklyn.
If I'm staying in Manhattan.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not saying if I got to go back to Brooklyn.
This is the thing, though. Harlem is in Manhattan. So Harlem is in Manhattan. That's their city. So no matter if you're in the Harlem section, Harlem dudes is in Manhattan. Harlem dudes is fly. So they might be more or less. Brooklyn is known for like the for the Jacks. Brooklyn and Queens is gonna stick you up. The Bronx, Harlem dudes are like fly. Everybody fly. So you gonna fit in. You gonna fit in there. Yeah. You go fly in Harlem, Manhattan, and people are gonna expect you to be walking down the street. They gonna look at you
and they gonna respect what you got on. Like, I see you got the little ball mains with the balloon. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You gonna get props in Harlem because niggas might compare the outfits. You know what I'm saying?
Or I mean, niggas, that's true.
If you're in the good part of Manhattan, not if you're in Harlem.
That's true, like, in terms of if you're known and they just know you, but New York is not one of those places.
No. I mean, if they see you at the store.
No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, you can have those running. You're going to have those running. Anywhere. You're going to have those running. You're going to have those with good people, right? But it's a stick to yourself
pretty much
type place. So it's not necessarily like, nigga might look at your shit and be like, that nigga's fly as hell. And tell his man.
Right.
And not even tell you.
But that's why niggas on the West Coast don't understand when niggas from the East Coast come, why they're so standoffish when a nigga be like, oh, your shit's tight. Usually what comes next is nigga, run that.
Well, no, I know niggas in from the West Coast that have that same stance. Because, dog, that's what I'm trying to tell people. These elements are the same everywhere. But the culture is just different.
Right.
So there's a lot more places in Los Angeles that you can wear a Rolex or some diamonds and not really be under the scope of like, oh shit, nigga, the Jack Boys is out.
Because in Detroit,
but if
there's
you go,
not a lot of places.
That's what I'm saying. If you're in Detroit, nigga, you're in Detroit.
Yeah. Even downtown where the casino is at, nigga.
If you're in a place like Detroit, you're in Detroit. Like, but even in Chicago, there's certain places. That's why it was a big deal. Where FBG Duck got murdered at is a multi-million-dollar neighborhood,
that's like somebody dying on Rodeo.
That's exactly what it's like.
Supposed to happen.
And so that's the thing. That's an anomaly. Like, that's why he was there.
Yep, because he didn't expect.
That's why that was the only place they can catch him. Is like, man, we got to just do this shit out here. Nigga, like, it's the only place we go. He know where not to go.
That's why they had to catch Mo 3 on the freeway,
bro. Because you know where not to go in your city in certain places. Me, I'm just a man. The earth is my turf type person. Mm-hmm. So me, I'm a people person. But at the same time, hey, bro, I'm not one of these dudes that's infatuated with the hood.
No.
So I know cats that get in a new city and they haven't seen the city if they ain't been in the hood. They like, yo, bro, they take me to the hood. I'm trying to. The only time, this is funny. 2 quick stories, bro. DC and East St. Louis. Me and my little brother at the Million Man March anniversary, we in DC. We go to this shit called Chocolate City. We go to DC, man, strip club, beautiful women. Right. Having a ball. We both. Actually, I'm old enough now to be in a strip club. This nigga like 16. His ID say he 32. Looks nothing like the nigga, right? But we out.
But usually when you're OT, they don't even give a fuck. It's Chocolate City.
They like, nigga, they well, the funny thing is, they didn't let us in because of this nigga's ID. But we was on some Vegas shit, nigga, like on some like Nevada shit. No, we're getting in. What do you mean? No is not the answer, nigga. What do you mean? What you
What's
talking
it gonna cost?
Exactly.
What you
and
want?
So like, it's a Wednesday night at a juke, like some hood shit, nigga. That's like by our hotel, nigga. We ain't supposed to be. So they looking like, nigga, why are y'all? Do you know where you are? First off, like, and I remember the nigga kept calling me New York, right?
You could tell, yeah.
Cause he asked me, he's like, "You from New York?" I was like, originally, man, but I'm out here from Reno. He's like, damn, nigga, you in Reno? So we started talking about that, and that's what broke the ice. Big mean-ass nigga at the door. Looked at my brother, like, man, get that shit out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but then he said it, because he was like, y'all loud. But, dog, I'm going to be honest with you. This is like probably my first time back east in a minute, and I didn't know what loud meant. This is before rappers were saying this shit. This before it had made it to the West Coast. Like, so I was just like, loud, nigga, we ain't loud, nigga.
Said, no, you're loud.
No, fam, I'm like really, because I'm drunk and I'm like, man, let my little brother in. Nigga, like, we trying to kick it. Because I had a shorty that I met that was like, I'm going to be working here. So I'm like, now you blocking.
No, I'm trying to get in here.
I'm trying to get in here, fam. What are you talking about? And I remember he was just like, man, y'all niggas is loud. Boy, where y'all wild. And I was like, what you talking? Like, I'm talking to you peacefully as shit. And when I said that, he started laughing. He was like, nah, man, I could smell it on you. Now, we're on some West Coast shit. Nigga, I got about a half ounce of weed in my pocket right here, nigga. Like, thinking these
Super
niggas,
OT,
thinking that
not
these
even
niggas is just going to
realize
let
it.
me in the club. They like, nigga.
We can't let you in like
What
that.
are you doing?
We don't smell like
Bro,
that out here.
This is way before weed is legal. Anywhere. Like, it's,
and it's, you're in
weed
DC,
is still,
they don't
weed
get
ain't-
weed
ain't-
like that
weed-
there.
Well, they do, but it's a whole different culture.
Right.
Weed is like coke and heroin and
Yeah.
everything else. Nigga, you do that shit, nigga, where it's done at. And nowhere in between. You ain't supposed to smell like it in between. You ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Basically telling you, like, you niggas trying to go to jail tonight.
You gonna have us all in jail tonight. That's how they looking at it. Like, you niggas is hot, boy. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
He said, fuck the ID.
But this is what it is. It wasn't that big of a club, and Shorty seen me. And because she seen me through the window type shit, nigga. Because I'm like, man, fuck this nigga. I'm smoking outside they shit. Like, nigga, where we gonna go?
Extra West Coast.
Not even trying to be, right? Just on my West Coast shit, right? I'm like, nigga, we both is. We like, man, where we gonna go? It's only like 2 a.m. Like, we out here.
But not really. It's 2 a.m.
And it's DC, so it's lit. And if you and then honestly, bro, that was my first time to DC. Probably, you know, and that's like I was there as a kid or something like. But that was my first time like to DC, and I'm like, damn. And I visually, nigga, it's lit.
Right.
It's people, but it's not lit.
It's not.
Everybody on their underground shit. Nigga, you in underground hours. And underground hours in Las Vegas is broad motherfucking daylight.
Right.
So in underground, and much as niggas go hard on the no, underground armors in Reno, underground hours in Reno is broad daylight. Nigga, what you mean? Niggas is doing everything they do at 3, 4 in the morning at noon. Right. What are you talking about, nigga? We got a fucking beer crawl tonight. We getting on. Like, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we all out of body.
Oh, you out of pocket.
She come to the thing. She like, what you doing? I'm like, man, these niggas tripping. Brother can't get in. We'll. And he just came. He's like, man, come on, New York. Because at this point in time, he was trying to get us out from in front of his shit.
You cause it. Yeah, you
man, put that shit out and just come in the club,
you bring
nigga.
him motherfucking
And then he was like, nigga, you got to buy 3 drinks, nigga. So I'm like, oh,
that's
shit.
Man.
But you know, that's that East Coast shit, like, nigga, minimums and all that shit. I'm like, fuck, man, like.
All right, fuck
really not East Coast. That's like that big city shit.
Big
like, okay,
city
whatever.
shit,
Like,
yeah.
all right, bet, whatever. And so I'm counting. I'm like, man, these niggas better not try to hit me in here, right? They better not hit us. Nigga.
Hit y'all.
Them drinks is $3 motherfucking dollars.
Oh, nigga said 3 drinks.
Goddamn big ass cup of it. I'm like, man, this you do because I was in there loud. He was like, New York, man, calm down. I was like, man, y'all don't tell the bartender.
The way you sound make this shit sound like
Dog,
you said 3 drink minimum, like nigga.
Yeah, because that's what they own. But I'm like, nigga,
3
you
drink
don't tell me
minimum
to
in
calm
Vegas
down.
is fucking
That's what I told him. I said,
$15
nigga,
a drink.
This is when he started fucking with me because I'm like, now, no, you know what, fam? I take that back. We had smoked our last pack of weed coming in that bitch. That's why we was loud. We have some West Coast. Okay. Nigga, I tucked some when we on the plane. Right? So that's what it was. That's why we was out. Cause we was like, bro, we out here for like 6 more days, nigga. We out here for marches and all type of shit. I need some trees, nigga. Like, we need some trees, dog. Me and my little brothers that's what we was on, dog. We was on a tree mission. That's what I was getting to. Nigga. So that's what it was. That's why he was like, y'all loud. And I was like, and then I smoked the rest of it. And then it was like, nigga, a little doobie. He was like, man, finish that, man. Just come on in. And that's what it was. So we came in. I remember this nigga was spraying us when we walked in and everything. Spraying and shit. He was being hella extra at first. I'm like, I was reading it wrong. I'm like, this nigga being kind of extra, bro. Like, nigga, you work at the door.
It's an undercount,
but the nigga big and was with it. You could tell I wasn't disrespecting the nigga at all, nigga. Yeah. And it's a whole bunch of looking killer ass niggas. He said, nigga, there, right?
And he probably know all these.
They are his people.
Nigga,
like,
nigga, you're not
so
nigga,
out. Naturally when we walk in, everybody look at us, nigga. Right? We like, shit. I'm like, damn, dude, do we even want to be here? We tripping. And I'm still stupid. I'm like, nigga, one of these niggas in here got some tree. And I'm going to buy it from him. That West Coast shit. Like, so I'm like, nigga, because you know on the West Coast, niggas won't kill you over no weed.
Not at all. It's not that big. It's a little.
It gotta be 100 pounds, nigga. Like, niggas won't kill you over no tree out here. On the way, like, not like that. That's not a common occurrence. Boy, niggas is dropping on the other side of the country for an ounce of weed. That's some work. Maybe it's subsiding now because weed laws are changing everywhere and it's being more successful. Once the shit becomes recreational, now you getting bomb in your city.
All right.
Same companies that's selling us bomb is just going to open up there and have they bomb, right? So it cuts all that bullshit out in a lot of ways. We ain't have no say, so I know it hurts, but it's true. We both was on that shit. Oh, nigga, fuck this dispensary shit. Boy, we been blowing trees.
Sure was.
What, nigga? Wasn't we?
Sure was.
We some bougie-ass dispensary niggas now.
Sure is.
You can't even sell me no shit in a plastic bag. I can't even see the terps, nigga.
The only nigga I get
terps is in here.
The only nigga I get street tree from is Dove, nigga.
Like, hold on. When was this grown? Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
because
Like,
Dove can tell me that, except for the terp count.
Right.
He can tell me when it was grown, where he got it, who he get it from, all the shit.
so fam.
But I'm not. None of the rest of
peak,
niggas not buying that shit.
So now we in there, and we've been in there about 2 hours, dances and shit. Everything cheap. And we own it. We're like, damn, I forgot. Like, shit cheaper out here. Ain't no $25, $35, $45 dances. Ain't no nigga $250 nigga to be in there for 30 minutes. Ain't none of that out there,
Ain't
nigga.
no 15 to
and
$20
everything is
drinks.
negotiable. So the bitch think you cute, nigga. She's really just like, nigga, just give me $30, nigga. We'll just kick it over here. And she dancing because she's dancing. She's a dancer.
Yeah.
She's drinking. Like, everything's cheap, nigga. Like, you buying her drinks and shit. She like, oh, y'all so sweet. Like, you know how it is on the other side of the country. Like, people are more like personable. Mm-hmm. So we having a ball, nigga. But now it's little bro is like, nigga, I got smoke, bro. Like, where the trees at? And this is when he was, and I ain't gonna put his business out there. This is when he was on his thing, he on his thing,
Oh yeah,
that time.
Yeah.
And I remember the thing is, this nigga's in there looking like Mac Dre. Now we both in there peak coated up and shit. But I remember he got Timbs and shit. But this nigga at this time, he's a fucking diehard Mac Dre fan. This nigga got on the biggest stunner shades ever. Hold on, fam. With no, like, lime green, nigga, with no lenses. He in there like on his bay shit. Like, you feel me? Like, this nigga look like he right out the bay. So I'm like, damn, bro. Like, we
look
looking
so OT right now. You
so
looking
different.
like y'all looking like you
we
looking
in
like
there.
a lick. You looking
that's-
like a whole lick.
And that's how I'm starting. So now, look, I'm
Now
glad you said
starting
that.
to click to you,
My
like,
senses is start because now I've been
Spidey
drinking
senses
hen.
is
I've been
coming.
drinking hen and shit. And like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm starting. I'm not smoke. I ain't smoked. It's been a couple of hours. And now I'm in there just uncomfortable, nigga, looking like damn, nigga, we walked in here with these niggas. I asked Shorty, I was like, when them niggas come in here? She was like, they was in here before y'all. They been in here.
What?
I was like, damn. But by this time, I done moved around and shit. So, like, niggas is cool. Like, all right, y'all. Like, when niggas was leaving, one thing that, like, calmed me down is niggas leaving and niggas, not just, you know how niggas be. Like, niggas like, all right, y'all, we out, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, love, man. So then in my head, I'm like, bro, these niggas waiting to stick us up. Soon we leave, we getting stuck up. So I'm like, my little bro, he only 16. So at this time, he like, nigga, I'm tired. Like, he coming down, nigga. I'm like, all right, well,
It's the wrong time for you to
all
get
right,
tired.
bro, we
nigga.
gonna get some tree, nigga. Like, we gonna get some.
We gonna get our P's and Q's.
We gonna get some
nigga.
tree, right? So I go ahead and
Ask the question.
nigga, I've been now I'm on my nigga, okay, like, nigga, I'm on everybody. I've been asking all night, but now I'm like, hey, bro, what's up, man? I'm out of town, nigga. I need that tree, bro. I need that pack, man. Call your man. What's up, man? Like, I know somebody got it. Woo. I'm going off to the point I'm annoying niggas, like ODing. No. And finally, nigga, the same nigga I've been asking for tree all night was like, man, that nigga stood up. Like, son, you wild. You's a wild nigga. Both of y'all niggas is wild. Yeah. He goes like this. He was like, nigga, your little man's is over there asleep, nigga. That nigga pulls out the biggest fucking bag of bomb, nigga. That I'm like, nigga,
You fucking
I'm like,
asshole.
and I looked at him, I'm like, I'm wild, nigga. You in the nightclub, nigga, with the whole pack, nigga. And he started laughing. He was like, nah, I'm good in here, B. I'm good in here. Bet this, nigga. Sell us some bomb. Every beautiful night after that. Get some bomb. We chill. We go back to the room. Not a jacker in sight, like Cube said, nigga. Like, we stop and get some motherfucking Chinese food, nigga. All that, nigga. Like, yeah.
Universe is on
East
your
Coast
side
shit,
that
yeah.
night, nigga.
And I done met the plug.
No, you know what it is?
Hold on.
Yo, East Coast was on your side.
Hold
that
on,
night.
right. I done met the plug, right? That my little brother said that too.
The East
I
Coast
met
was
the
on your
plug.
side that night.
Guess what the plug do? He's like, oh, y'all going to the Million Man Mall? I'm gonna be there tomorrow selling shirts. Bet. I don't call this nigga, right? We got what I want from you, nigga. You ain't trying to be your friend, nigga. I don't know you, right? Everything love though, right? Mm-hmm. Guess who we see, nigga, within 30 minutes, nigga, of getting to the Million Man March, nigga.
That nigga with his shirt.
Selling shirts. My godmother see that shit. Oh, I want one of those. We damn near, we buy like 2 or 3 of each shirt this nigga got. He got some cold ass tees, right? That East Coast shit, nigga. They printing up them screen print shit. Dope ass tees, right? Hella like pro black shit. Like, so I'm taking these back to the note, nigga. I got this, nigga. We excited. Nigga, we got shirts. And then nigga was like, hey. No, his boy was like, yo, tell your man. Because, nigga, I was like, I got some trees, nigga. I want to go around the corner and burn before we go over. He's like, bet. So, nigga, we went over there. They sold out all their shirts and shit, nigga. We boom. And I was like, bro, my little brother was like, how much y'all make doing that? Because we're on some West Coast bougie shit right now. I'm kind of looking at them niggas like, y'all out here selling shirts? And I had to check myself.
Not realizing.
Because I'm a native New Yorker. I should never utter that in my mind.
Nope, because, you know, motherfuckers, we done see just sitting
selling
shit.
The nigga was like, oh, man, yeah, you know, we was going to be out here, so we might as well say, you know, get a little lick, nigga. He was like, because niggas like, I got to sell these next. This nigga had a bundle. He was like, I stopped by my man's. He had a bundle of fucking incense. Because he was just doing the math. Like, oh, I'm going to the Million Man March. Niggas going to want some T-shirts and some incense. And, dog, this nigga had made like $4,000. Like, just with us. While hanging out with us.
Like 30 minutes?
Bro, like, probably an hour. Like, hour and a half,
That's
nigga.
lit.
So, like, because he didn't have to say nothing. Niggas just walking up. Let me see your shirts. How much are they, Pat?
Yeah.
Nigga, people want it all over the country. Black people from all over the country,
because that's
nigga.
Memorabilia.
It's the Million Man March
reunion.
And all the shirts was kind of themed in that way.
Yeah.
So it just was perk. So I'm calculating, you know, I always watch people. I'm like, damn, I need to add that to my shit. Nigga, what am I doing? Right? I'm slipping. But this is the thing. It's the infrastructure. He didn't have to have a print press, nothing. That nigga stopped by Poppy, paid him, nigga, $40, nigga, got 500 shirts, went up the block, nigga, to what's your name, nigga, was like, yo, I want this image, nigga, do me these ones. Nigga, he prints up all the shirts, nigga, he went and got a fucking sandwich, nigga, came back, got his box, paid that nigga $150, and nigga went and made $4,000. Hard body. So he was looking at it like, niggas got jobs, nigga, with all this. Now, guess this, though. This the kicker. Son of rapper.
Oh, shit.
And I wish I, like, didn't lose some of my shit, like, over the years, because I used to have a little CD that he gave me. The nigga's nice. And he was buzzing in D.C. So peep this. He tell us, like, yo, man. His man was like, yo, tell your man. He was like, oh, nigga, man, I forgot. I'm going to have y'all come on my VIP if y'all down. My godmom was like, I mean, shit, I'm tired. Y'all niggas go do what y'all do. We going back to the room. I'm staying there. Cause we walking all over the place, right? So she like, nigga, fuck that. I'll do whatever y'all do. So we like, all right, bet. He was like, man, I'll come scoop, nigga. It's nothing. They come pick us up. The niggas in like a fly Audi. I'm like, damn, these niggas is moving. Like, I like how they moving, right? I'm like, these niggas out here doing it. My little brother was like, yo, these niggas out here doing it. I'm like, yeah, I know. Pick up, boom. We chilling, nigga. I was like, bro, what's up? Y'all trying to smoke? And they was like, damn, bro,
they don't smoke like that.
No, they smoke, but they was like, yo, you just gonna like that in the car? The nigga was like kind of just.
I see.
Dog, you gotta understand. This is like probably.
This is where all
early
y'all niggas,
2000s.
all you niggas still going to jail for the shit. Might go to prison for that little bit of weed.
And so that's what it was. They was looking at me like, nigga, you just be blowing like right now. You just gonna smoke. So he, you know, niggas gonna be scary though. So they was like, nigga, you down? Like, nigga, all right, fire it up. And I'm like, no, this what you do, nigga. Put on those, open that vent, nigga. Turn that thing up, nigga. Whoop, whoop, nigga. Put that defroster on, nigga. Crack these windows. It's wintertime, nigga. Right? Crack these windows, nigga. But we smoke, nigga. And like, boom, boom, boom. Like, you don't even need that. And I showed them the little, what's that shit?
Ozone.
I showed them the ozone joint, nigga. We at the little, I was like, they got it here. Boom,
yeah,
nigga.
Nigga.
Showed them that.
About the osium.
He was like,
nigga.
That nigga was like, what? That's crazy. They laughing and shit. We pull up to the spot. Nigga, we pull in, nigga, like we going in through the like valet. I'm like, nigga, it's lit. It's beautiful women everywhere. It's women getting out of Lambos. It's females. I seen 2 bitches get out of Lambo. Like balling. DC life, nigga. Chocolate City. It's ladies night. My niggas performing that I'm with. You know how much it costs us to get in the club?
What?
On VIP?
What?
$55.
Damn.
This is like 15, 16 years ago, 17 years ago. $55. We like, nigga, what? This VIP? We pay it, though, because we ain't never seen no shit like this. This shit crazy. It's another club up the street that looks so lit, it looked like a movie. It's just like, swear, like 13 Lambos looking like now laters out there.
Damn.
Pulling up in the club, right? We later find out that's Dipset.
Oh, shit.
Hey, fam, when we're getting out of the club, there were shots let off at the club up the street. I come home and find out, nigga, that was Cameron that got shot.
Damn.
We was there. Like, nigga, I seen Carmelo Anthony bumped into a nigga. Shout out to JT the Bigger Figure. JT the Bigger Figure is a Bay Area legend that travels the world. The earth is his turf.
For real.
So he on the East Coast.
Motherfucker.
He out there, right? He be on the East Coast. He all over the country.
And he's
hold on.
respected.
Right. No facts. So I'm gonna be honest, fam. My little brother is in the Bay Area scene of music and shit and be back and forth. Now that was his girlfriend at the time, but now nigga is his ex-wife.
Ex-wife.
Like nigga like with children and shit.
Right.
It's from there. So he was always running back and forth. He was more familiar with the music.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of that shit late.
Right.
Nigga, he seen JT the bigger figure. And JT the big, well, this is what happened. He went to go get us some drinks. I was like, nigga, all right, bet. That nigga came back like, man, this shit hella expensive. He's like, I said, I wanted a cranberry and vodka. And she said, nigga, what do you want? Belvedere or something. It was something else, nigga. Like, that was hella, it was like $44 or something. He was tripping. He was like, damn, this shit crazy. This club different, nigga, right? And I was like laughing, like, yeah, bro, we're there
now. We're there.
You know what I'm saying?
We're to where this is normal to us where we at. You got
right. Well, it's cheap.
Last night.
It's cheaper in Nevada.
Yeah, that's real.
You can get all that. You can be in a club with that setting and ambience and not pay that much.
A Belvedere and Cranberry gonna cost
it's the
like
cheating
$8.
of the casinos.
It's gonna be like $8.
That's because nigga, those clubs aren't attached to a casino.
Right, that's real.
You feel me? That we weren't in no casino.
Their whole state.
We was just in a
to
nightclub.
Casinos, right?
You feel me? So I'm like, yeah, whatever. So we drinking, whatever, chilling. Now we ain't nobody really in this motherfucking club. We with a nigga that's about to perform, but when we get in there, we realize to our standards, we like, nigga, you ain't like no disrespect to him. You ain't that nigga in here. But then nigga, they playing a lot of dope shit because we're on the East Coast, nigga. No disrespect to the West Coast, but like they play a lot of shit that I grew up listening to. So or that I like more, like not like more, but I'm just more familiar with. It's just different, and you don't get those sets unless you DJing or your brother and a handful of other niggas like. At a certain location, it's not the spot where everybody wanted. Like you know what I'm saying?
It's not.
They
ever.
Keep that underground where we at, but over there, that was on some mainstream shit.
It was the shit me and you did.
Yeah,
when
we was doing our joints,
where I could play whatever.
Mobb Deep, nigga. They dropping Hove B-side records, nigga. They just playing shit, nigga.
Right.
And then this nigga get on. They was like, yeah, I got my man. He gonna put, and he rocks that joint. So now we a little more lit in there, nigga. Like females is talking and shit, nigga. Like like oh, what's up, like. We kicking it and dancing with a couple of chicks. My little brother done got him a little something, nigga, off to the side. He doing it. We in there doing it. He bringing me a drink, and I got a little blunt in my ear. And I forgot about it. And JT the bigger figure seen that shit. And pushed up on us, dog. And walked us over to his VIP section. And the night turned into a movie after that.
Right.
The night turned into a movie after that. That nigga showed us so much love. And it was all because he had left his weed, nigga, at the hotel. And didn't feel like going back.
Speaking of our DJ days, can I keep it a bean with you?
What's that?
I don't remember none of them.
They're foggy.
Foggy.
Hey, that's what it's supposed to be, man.
I don't remember. I probably remember walking home in the cold the one time. Nigga, I don't remember none of that shit, bro.
I'll never forget that, nigga. It was cold as fuck.
It's cold
as
a
it was snowing and shit, nigga.
Bro.
That was some real hip hop shit. Bro. Can't nobody tell us we ain't come from the bottom, nigga. We was holding crates and equipment, nigga. Just the two of us at the throwing the party, like nigga, lit too.
That's why I'm like, I feel like I'm to the
real
point.
Quick. And we grown now, but you know what I remember about that night?
What?
It was two. I'm not gonna name their names because we all grown. I don't know what their situation was. It was, and it was two. You know them Jones says, you're like, damn, man, we had a chance and it didn't work and I always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Well, this is one of them for me. And her friend was on you. And nigga, you was single at the time.
I don't remember.
I know. But hold on.
Damn.
Listen to me, though.
Go ahead.
Listen to me. I don't remember a lot, but the reason why I remember is because, nigga, like, Shorty them was going to come to the spot.
Right.
She's like, and she used to come and, I was I was doing shit then. She used to come in and do business with me. So she knew where I lived at.
Right.
But if she was bad and I was just like, nigga, I don't want to fuck up the business. So I just kept it player. And like one day, nigga, it was her birthday. And I was like, yo, hey dog, I know I don't be doing this.
Wait, I gotta cut you. Hold on.
So, nigga, we go and the plan is they're gonna meet us back at the little downtown apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember who it was. I don't remember who it was exactly, but it was somebody flaked on us on a ride situation. My car was parked in my building, and that's why we were walking, fam. Do you remember what I'm talking about now? Like somebody flaked on us, fam. And I remember like we was. That's why I was just like, bro, let's just walk. And I remember you was like, nigga, walk. Like, and I was like, dog. He was like, nigga, you better carry some of this motherfucking equipment. Then you talking about walking. And I looked at the equipment. I looked at the shit, and I was like, nigga, we gotta go. And we walked. But we were walking in a fucking blizzard. And
took us so long.
And then we were walking, you know how you think something's not that far?
We made that mistake.
And by the time we got there, nigga's phone died.
Oh,
I remember.
I really remember. Oh.
Nigga, by the time we got there, I'm like, okay, don't trip. We here. We gonna run upstairs. I'm gonna call. Man, it was a dub. It was a dub. Never happened again. The magic never was captured. That moment in time was lost.
We're going to have to mute one more time. Hold on.
All right.
Okay, hold on.
In terms of
I'm
like,
my
boy,
jog my memory.
Look at my boy, man.
Look.
That boy, Whitney Jackson. Ness Book, what up, fam?
What's up, Ness? Bruh.
You get what I'm talking about now?
They were so bad.
So now that you remember.
And you know what pisses me off now thinking about this? It's them rare occasions. You know, niggas do, we do get the bitches that just be on us. But this one of them nice. This little Mexican bitch was on me.
That's just, yeah. So that Mexican drink was on you. So look, this is the thing. I remember that. And when we got back to the spot, to my apartment, it was a dub. Like, nigga, the snow, I remember all that. It was a dub. And that just never happened. It was over. It was over, fam. Shout out to them, though. You know, shout out to them.
So back to like what I was saying before you brought that up. This is kind of like why I feel like this is arrogant of me to say, but I feel like I'm destined to make it in this shit. Just by all arrogant. The shit that I've had to do to get there.
Fam.
Like,
I mean, how many cats can say their first time rapping on stage? Shock G set them up.
Yeah, pushed me to the front of the stage.
You a young nigga chilling on stage, and the legend, may he rest in heavenly glory.
And it was just talked about me just rap. It was,
you know what I'm saying?
Just talked about maybe happening.
The nigga Shock G was like, you know what, Dre, man? Fuck that shit, nigga. Hey, yo, boom, drop the beat, nigga.
My
here.
brother just playing the outro beat.
Come on.
I look at my brother. My brother just gives me that look like, this is you now, nigga. You asked for this. Like, this is basically him saying, is this you? Are you built for this? Nigga, show me.
Right.
And I'd already had my first verse fucking memorized, nigga.
Went on here and ripped it.
Had to hit it, nigga. Bro, I brought the crowd back. You looking at a little 13-year-old kid, nigga. You like, but bro, like all the shit that's come into this.
And that's the clay. That's the molding,
I hear my brothers talking about really retiring. I'm like, bro, we're not retirement age yet. Griselda just got famous, and two of them niggas is 39 years old.
No, it's not about that. It's just about time, dog. It's about timing and space. And
no, I'm just saying, if I make it, I feel like I can pull him out of that retirement space. I'm telling you, fam.
This nigga dialect, look, timing and space, right? Because that shit is like, it's unretirable.
Yeah.
Now he goes off and nigga, he's flying planes and doing his thing, right?
Let me blow up.
Nigga, you know how it's long flights on the cockpit. You think dialect can sit for 6 hours
and not do something
on autopilot, nigga, and not make a fucking beat in his head, nigga, that's gonna make niggas jump out their shirt?
Nah, I feel like
stop it.
I feel like
I won't even listen to that. Certain niggas that say shit like that, I don't listen. Shout out to my nigga Chrome. Nigga, I remember when I first got out here, this nigga Chrome was telling me, he's like, yeah, man, because if this shit don't pop, within a year, I'm about to retire. I looked at that nigga and laughed at him. I was like, son, you not retiring.
I'm doing.
Like, nigga, you got a gift. You nice, nigga. Like,
I know for
this shit is your culture. Is what you do.
Cause I'll just nigga, like, I'm famous now. I need a DJ, nigga. Come on. This shit ain't over with.
Bro, it's not even gonna be that.
I need producer.
I'm not even talking about. I'm not talking about coercion. I'm not talking about anybody pulling some shit. Like I'm talking about dead ass. Just okay. Pilot shit take off. They make good money, bro.
They make $6.
They get a lot of vacation time. Mm-hmm. So now, nigga, dialect, wifey, kids, chilling. You know, he's active father, doing his shit. Bam, bam, bam. Nigga, he on the beach chilling. 2 hours, pops, kicking it. Got a bottle or something. Smoke a J. He's incapable. The gift that made him capable of doing what he does sonically, it don't turn off. Is what I'm saying. It don't turn off. So, what is he gonna do? Torture himself, nigga? Like, stop making beats in my head. Like, nigga, how do you turn that off? I don't believe him.
And the Dowdy Brothers album is coming out. Like,
I
don't give a fuck about. I don't give a fuck about.
I believe he like, man, shit. I'm done. I'm
tired.
tired.
You somehow watch this or something. The Dowdy Brothers album's gonna release, nigga, within the next like 6 months.
Hey man, no, you better call that man. Don't be telling him on here and being like, yo, nigga, me and Keem told you. Like, don't try to be bringing me and your little brother.
Ain't nobody gotta be brought into this, nigga. I'm releasing this.
Hey, what did I say, nigga? Don't tell me.
Yeah,
don't tell me, nigga.
You heard it.
I've been trying to release that. You lucky if the respect was, if niggas wasn't family, like if I ain't been in that basement before, nigga.
If you just got a leaked copy of Her Day, so
I'd have been leaked you nigga shit. Hey, you lucky I'm not a snake, nigga. I'd be like, yo, nigga, I've been making some beats, nigga, and go ham on you, nigga. That's all I need, dog. I'm like, nigga, I'll throw that out there. I'll sell them shits, dub, nigga, singles. Like I'm just, nigga, I made one for you, nigga. Bam, I had that shit spread all around the country, nigga. And somebody gonna pop off one of them joints. And I'm gonna just, hey man, we just gonna be in court. Lucky niggas don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting on shit.
It's just crazy. I've had everybody I've had heard.
But that shit happened to my nigga Chrome again.
What the fuck is going on?
Dog, my nigga Chrome has a dog. I'm gonna play it for you. My nigga had one of my I can honestly say this because I fuck with 40 Water. My nigga Chrome has a song with in my opinion, and I'm not from the Bay, so I can have this opinion, you know what I'm saying, without niggas shitting on me. All my Bay niggas, stop it. Don't come for me. I think my nigga Chrome, like, he has one of the top fucking 20. Fuck it, I'll be fair. I'll just be realistic. He got like a top 20 fucking
40 verse.
40 Water. He got a 40 Water verse, nigga. And
didn't 40 lay it first?
Well, no. The thing is that, look, this is the thing. Because I remember Chrome was telling me, he was like, yo, nigga, like, because when he seen how much I dug it, he knows my listening taste. When we lived together before, nigga, we done traveled this whole country together. That nigga knows from both sides, like, he knows what I like to listen to. So when I heard it, I was on it, and he could tell. I was like, nigga. And he was like, damn, you fucking with it? I'm like, nigga, that shit hard, nigga. But now, Chrome lives in Vegas, which is Southwest. Nigga, I just got back from the Northwest, nigga, where nigga 40 is God.
Right.
And what I was trying to explain to him, like, yo, if these Vegas niggas don't get it, if we can put this out, and this is the thing, it's not his fault because it was some like transitionings going on with him and the label situation he had, right? Like that he was on, and like it was like a case of the missing fucking hard drive. You know, we at the house, nigga. And we fucked up because we was there for a party. We was there for a Floyd fight, the Floyd Pacquiao fight. We in there kicking it, turned up. We ain't on no business shit. Studio niggas in there just playing music. Ain't nobody in there recording nothing. Everybody's just chilling. We all just in there watching the fight. And I remember like the nigga, I ain't gonna say no names, man. The dude was like, you know, hey, kind of the head of the label shit. He was like, yo, man, like everybody need to get their shit. And all these niggas, I can say, nigga, like Mingo will tell you, these niggas all had like, at the time, if they're not A-list features, they were like either up and coming A-list features or A-list features that had like maybe slid to like a high B-list feature.
Yeah,
I'm talking like, bro, they got records with a couple legends. You know what I'm saying?
And they lost the fucking hard drive?
No, that's not what happened. This music still exists. This music is still out there. I'm talking about the niche opportunity, that space and time again, where you have a time to monetize thing. And people don't understand that. Like, what do I mean, monetize thing? Okay, well, you have these gentlemen, man, that's from...
well, I could Prime example.
No.
Time and place. Monetized thing.
No, right. Exactly. Exactly. So we
monetized
we
thing.
literally
You know what I'm
like. So this nigga, like the situation with this record is that, you know, as it was related to me from my vantage point, is that it got kind of lost in the shuffle of like to put a professional term on it, negotiations, nigga. Negotiations. For one thing, it's just like it
got fucked up. It got shelved unintentionally.
It got shelved.
Unintentionally.
The correct term for it got shelved. You know what I mean? It got caught up in the system. So like, you got this record that's twirling that as a kid that's not from Nevada originally, but has been indoctrinated to a code. Look, fam, before I finish,
we're not hyphy. We're not anything about the hype.
No, before I finish. Before I finish,
we were around.
Nigga, I know a Max Dre record,
right,
nigga.
We,
you know
we
what I'm saying? I know
a
Keek the motherfucking Sneak record.
Right.
I done been to them shows. I know the energy.
I'm Midwest, but it's still my city's more of an East Coast thing. Nigga, let Get Stupid come on right now, nigga.
But what I'm saying is that like
everybody else, nigga.
Like the nigga like, so the
that
record
is a Midwest kid.
The record is spiraling over there. I don't have the like juice amongst these niggas. I mean, that's a bad term. I fuck with these niggas. Everybody, we fuck with each other.
Right.
But I'm the newcomer.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, nigga, do you know what this record is? Upstate, but this is the problem with Nevadans.
They don't care about
It's the problem with Nevadans, bro. Like, Reno don't care about Vegas. That's the thing.
Right.
Nobody care about like, it ain't that. Like, the cities don't, the state ain't connected. So, and it's partially because how far they are apart, the cities. But dog, the thing is like there's two totally different cultures, and it's like you're not gonna be the king of New York if they're not playing your shit in the Bronx, nigga.
Buffalo, Syracuse.
Like no, hold on. I'm talking New York City.
New York City itself.
Like, you're not gonna be the king of New York City. You're not gonna get on and have everybody champion you out of New York City if you're from Harlem and they not playing your shit in Queens, nigga. Yeah. Like, eventually you gotta cross those lines and be like, yo, I'm lit out here. I know when I do shows, niggas respond well. Let me go see. But it's the lack of education of state. And one day, nigga, I was telling a nigga, I was like, bro, I'm not born here. My mother never went to school here. She has a holiday in this state.
Hey, do you know what's
crazy? It might not be celebrated. Right. I said, look, I'm not from here originally. But, nigga, there's not a city or town in this state that I can't go lay my head at somebody's.
Dude, you know what's crazy is...
That's just a unique thing.
New York is you know what makes New York so unique? New York, you can be a big fish in a small pond in a giant ocean. You feel what I'm saying? You could be big in Harlem.
That goes back to the
right?
to the metropolitan areas.
You could be big in Harlem.
Because that applies to like all those metropolitan
areas. You be the biggest fish
right.
in the small pond of Harlem in the big ocean of New York. You know what's crazy?
Well, look, okay. You can be lit from Fallon.
Yeah. And
be the big fish in a small pond, nigga, in the big ocean of your state where Las Vegas is over there getting all this attention, nigga, and Reno's up there and Tahoe and all these other things.
Unique that way because that's all one city. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, New York City is a big place. It's not comparable. Yeah, it is unique.
It's very unique.
But in this, just to wrap this up, it's like you got the record over there spiraling. Mm-hmm. But what the issue is from my vantage point, if like where I couldn't help like I thought I could, and like I felt like my nigga wanted me to. Culturally, we wasn't aligned up in our thinking because it was just like, dog, you have to understand where this record is hot at.
Yeah, and go.
I've rarely ever heard an E40 record playing on in Vegas. When I remember when I moved, like when I was a kid in Vegas, they didn't have like a real rap radio station.
Vegas is like Reno is called. I can't say that because Reno plays Bay Area. Vegas plays like all the hottest top 40 shit.
Well, no, Vegas always has had black radio.
That's real.
Black radio is not gonna just. Black radio at that time, especially in black radio historically, you're gonna have your gospel, you're gonna have your jazz, you're gonna have black music. Right. So you're gonna get some hip hop in there. But what I'm saying is that E40's reach, I know E40 has like fans in Vegas. I know niggas in Vegas fuck with E40. But what I'm saying is, he has fans all over the world. But what I'm saying is for 40 Waters music and his core, like the essence, like where like niggas go berserk for E40, and where if you can align yourself with E40 in the Northwest, you're gonna take off. Yep. Just like the white boy did. G-Eazy aligned himself with E40, annoyed the nigga to the point where finally I'll listen to something. Oh, you know what? You ain't that bad. Nice. You need to work on this, little man. And then I like, you know what? I like it drive. And then come back around, come to the studio one day. And then he kept showing up, and then he got that 40 stamp, nigga. Like he can go do whatever the fuck he want to do.
40 stamp and feature.
Right? And what I was understanding, because I, being familiar with the Bay Area, niggas is making millions of dollars, and niggas outside of the fucking Bay Area don't even know their name.
Yep.
So I'm seeing that, and I'm like, yo, there's money behind this movement. Niggas is talented. Niggas is seasoned, because niggas done did records with fucking Nipsey, The Game, nigga.
Everybody.
Fucking Yin Yang, all kind of motherfucking people, right? So I done seen my niggas work. I'm like, there's no way with this catalog that niggas shouldn't get a label deal. Or shouldn't get, all you niggas should get indie deals then, nigga. Like, I know that Koch and shit like that exists, and all you got, if you present these products, like, but then I also know that, like, okay, well, it has to be concentrated somewhere. If you're not that, and this is the ego part for artists, if you're not the man in your city to where niggas is just checking for your music, you gotta go where they
checking for you, and we won't check for it.
So when you got a song with E40C, because the thing is, they had a Mims joint that was hot. But it was like Mims was kind of cold.
He was fizzling,
He was fizzling. So Mims, that record wasn't going to spin off in New York and be like, yo, who these niggas that Mims got with? He was already kind of off in New York.
Like if you got a Mano feature right now.
So, yeah, but Mano's never had a platinum fucking Grammy-winning record. I'm just talking about stardom. Like E40 is E40 is to the Bay what nigga Hove is to motherfucking New York City, to Brooklyn. What Snoop is to fucking Los Angeles.
Absolutely.
What nigga Face is to Houston. Right? E40 is that. So what I was trying to explain to them, and I think they understand that E40's big in the Bay, but I don't think they understood
how big,
what that can do, what that sauce could do. So I remember telling them, I used to be like, bro, we gotta go get that record. Like, man,
does he? And what he didn't realize is how big that market is.
My nigga was on. It got sticky, bro. It got sticky over this shit. Like, so in that shuffle, we find out, nigga, that like E40's son leaked the record.
Oh, Snoop.
So the thing is that now fucking every 40 Water fan has heard that joint, and this is the thing that breaks my heart.
They think it's a 40 song.
I don't give a fuck about that. They heard that fire ass verse that my nigga spit from North Las Vegas, nigga, and there's no way to give him recognition for it. There's no way to tie all the millions of people that I know have heard his verse and be like, yo, this nigga kind of nice.
No
nigga,
ass
who's this nigga?
BMI
there's no
stats.
way for them to be like, oh, that's that nigga. That's this. There's never no like. So there's no connection to what my nigga Chrome does now and things like that.
That's fucked
and
up.
That hurts me because I seen that and was just like, yo, bro, that right there, I felt like could have been the record that send that nigga over the top because. And it felt like if them niggas got it in that situation, they all would have did that. Because it was two of them niggas on the record. It was you know what I'm saying? It was two of the homies on the record. They both killed it, and 40 killed it. Because their verses, and I remember Chrome told me this, it was out of like, I guess, 2 songs that I had swindled that he had maybe another verse or something that he was thinking about spinning. One was more like, he's versatile, nigga, so it was some shit that you could hear him. I could hear E40 on that one too. It would have just been more a little like, a little up-tempo or something, right? But then he made the genius decision, dog, to walk in there and spit the verse that makes nigga like that poured the verse that 40 had. My fault, damn. The verse that Chrome and my nigga SK spit, 40 had to put a verse on there, nigga, that matched it. Well, he's a motherfucking master. So it took 40 back into a space that I hadn't heard that nigga in years. Cause this is like, nigga, everybody going stupid. Everybody's in that area. So this is around that, like, when I'm hearing this shit, the sound that I'm hearing in the Bay, like, it's only the underground niggas, the street niggas that's still kind of giving it up like that. 40 gave him one of those verses.
Right.
It's one of those pain verses, one of those verses from rags to riches. And I'm not talking about being this flyest nigga. I'm not talking about, nigga, my swag or nothing, nigga. Let me tell you what this pen like, nigga. shit wasn't always sweet. That nigga said, nigga, his breath was stinking because he couldn't afford a root canal. I remember that just hit me different. I'm like, damn, that man, for 40 to think that while he's writing that, nigga, that took him somewhere.
Right.
But see, I listen to music different. I don't want to be a rapper. But I study this shit, nigga. I study poetry. I study words. I study the English language in terms of how you niggas can communicate with each other. And so when I heard that shit, it moved me. And I was like, damn. And my nigga Chrome's verse was stupid. So I'm like, yo, this is it, nigga. This could be the one. And it was never a way. We never got it in our hands because my plan was the nigga to shoot it. Because you was nigga DJ thick, heavy nigga all over the city then. Nigga, because I'm thinking about the remixes and shit that niggas could do. I'm thinking of all like, I'm like, yo.
You know I probably do a dubstep remix.
And not to mention.
Or a trap one.
Not to mention, I knew that I can get that on the radio in Reno. Mm-hmm. That's what hurt me. It's like, yo, because nigga, I'm like, bro, fuck this Vegas shit. Like, nigga, I can go up north, nigga, and get this on the radio where it matters.
Bro, you can get it on the radio, KMEL in the Bay.
Where it matters.
Right.
Where it matters. Because I think, respectfully, like, 40's Camp was waiting for them to do something with it. He was featured on it.
Well, but that's what you would do if you were the feature.
But the jewel in this is like that camp leaked it.
That's what how hot it was.
That's what tell you, now, nigga. This ain't sitting, nigga, just somewhere.
Right. That's how you know the heat of it.
Put that out.
And he lost the heat of it.
And he didn't get to like capitalize on that. And I'm not gonna say it was necessarily his fault.
No, I didn't say because he lost it.
No, I know.
He didn't lose it personally.
I wasn't responding to you. I was just putting that out there because I'm telling his story, fam. But like. Yeah, man, that was a moment in time, but I learned a lot from that shit.
That's why every song I record is at my brother's house. My brother has all the fucking equipment these studios have. My brother has had E40 in that studio.
No, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I know.
Nigga, I have my masters to everything. That'll never, unless something happens to my brother's shit, which means something has to all his shit and he loses his shit
and
too.
That's the thing that a lot of cats.
My shit's good.
That's the thing that a lot of cats didn't really like pay attention to. Like, I know a lot of cats that they rap for sport almost in a sense that like they want to see if something happen, but they don't study the business acumen of the music industry.
I know where
or at least rap culture.
I know where all the Doc's music is, from beats to all my verses.
And that's the thing. What I be telling people is that
songs is all.
If you got your shit on all streaming platforms and all the platforms accessible, like, man, just have your shit dressed up, man. Yeah. That's the best way, because you never know, bro. Like, who's listening? Like, your way in the game, sometimes niggas get in the game because they have to sue a nigga for stealing their shit. And
another thing I want to tell you, stop waiting for an album to put out a hot song. If you feel like you got something,
streaming,
put that bitch out. Cause nigga, you might get hot. You might get 100 features off that, nigga, while you're on your way to your album, making a check. Nigga, performing that one song on TV shows and shit cause you a viral hit now, nigga.
That's a fact.
That one song's all over TikTok, smacking.
Let me see. Hold on, though. You know what? It was something I did want to share with y'all. On that list I sent you, I don't mean to cut you off, fam.
Was it the
back
page?
Butt lift tragedy.
Butt lift tragedy.
And we'll get to the back page and wrap it up with that. Fam, I'm reading. I'm on my shit, man. I'm just going through some Googles and going through some silly shit. I run across a story. South African girl moves to Los Angeles to join the film industry, adult film industry. And she met a lady that suggested some butt shots, told her that she can do them for some mother and daughter operation. She had about three
illegal mother and daughter operation.
Illegal mother and daughter operation. We don't know if she knows that, but one would assume she knows that, but being that she's not a native of this country, she might not have, even though they were doing these, they had it set up in their home. So that might have been, to us in America, we were like, you gonna do surgery at your house?
But somebody else that doesn't understand, like,
somebody that doesn't understand the customs,
and shit,
not even that, just the customs here,
right?
Because in other countries, medical people probably can come to your home and do stuff.
They probably do house calls,
right?
Too,
so
sure,
exactly. So she probably didn't think nothing of it or whatever, but. She later died from complications of the injections. Now,
silicone embolism.
Well, no, what it was is they gave her. The doctor said that they almost got it right. Like they obviously ripped off or had some kind of backdoor connection to ingredients or whatever it is. I don't know exactly what it was, but
it says it was a silicone.
Right. It was something like that. Some kind of, I'm not a scientist guy. I'm not going to even play with it. It was just some kind of chemical, but they mixed it with another chemical that makes it deadly. That if they had the medical, profession, they would have known that, oh, that's a deadly combination. You can't mix that. But they were trying to just give it a little extra, I guess, and they're really injecting young ladies, nigga, with shit that they done made in the kitchen, and
with shit from under the sink.
Yeah, and now they're being tried for murder, as they should be, in my opinion. So shout out to the victim. I didn't get your name. Sorry about that. We're not that type of pod. It is what it is. Got your story out there, though.
We ain't gonna do her like that.
Oh, we ain't gonna do her like that. All right, we're gonna look your name up, shorty. Ladies, get insurance, get a good job, get a side gig, pay for that expensive bag if you're getting your body fixed,
or just keep what you got.
That's always good, but I'm speaking to the ones that's not going to do that.
Carissa Rajpal.
Shout out to Carissa. May she rest in peace. Tragic story. They think that also there might be some more victims coming out.
I'm over BBLs. I don't like plastic surgery unless it's something that you need enhanced.
No, I mean, I like it for medical reasons.
Or like, okay, say a woman has a bunch of kids, she doesn't like the way her breasts look because of breastfeeding and shit like that. I feel like, okay, go ahead.
No, man, you keep them orangutan titties.
That's an asshole statement.
No, I'm just playing.
But like that shit, go ahead. If you feel like you need a tummy tuck because you got
stress a lot of women, I'll give you an example, like the straight example. A lot of women, Kanye's mother was having a breast reduction because of the back pain. Same thing with Queen Latifah had to do. She had to have a breast reduction because of the back.
Those type of
plastic
chronic back surgeries, yes, absolutely.
Speaking of BBLs and all that, have you been following this case from Backstage or Backdoor?
Backpage.
What am I thinking?
Yeah, that shit's been a long time, bro. It's just another thing that just keeps pushed out.
Yeah, well, they just ended in a mistrial.
Oh, fuck.
So they're going back $500 million at stake in terms of like their empire. But this is the thing. It became salacious because the prosecution is now, what they did at the last minute is they're trying to charge them with child pornography
they're trying
ring.
To move the goalpost.
And
trying to move the goalpost. Because they couldn't get it done right the first time.
Hey, hold on. Move the goalpost merch coming soon, my nigga.
Yeah, we got to.
Coming soon.
Got to, bro.
Okay. So, look, man. they moving the goalposts, right? And this is what made the judge and them throw this shit out. And the jury was like, yo, we've been doing this for a while. And, like, when did y'all start accusing them motherfuckers of, like,
child porn.
Of child porn or sex trafficking ring?
Like, what the
Well, this is the thing. It's conspiracy, and this is the thing, man. Like, the people need to pay attention. The FBI has been giving a new bag of tricks, and they are having a ball with them.
Field day with
Look,
this shit.
Do you know RICO cases used to be hard as fuck, and you used to have to go up the ladder to get approval to spend that kind of money to like follow somebody and use all those resources.
Now they just giving it out.
6ix9ine got a RICO case, fam.
Right.
NBA YoungBoy head of a RICO case now. Casanova 2-time RICO.
Nigga, the dude from the Girls Gone Wild got hit with a RICO.
Joey, RICO.
Child porn ring.
Kels,
come on,
RICO. Now, I'm not saying any of these people did or didn't deserve it. All I'm saying is that the way these niggas are throwing RICOs out like magic, Showtime, like no look passes, my nigga. Like you, nigga, Oprah, you get a RICO, nigga. You get a RICO. Like nigga, if it's more 10 of y'all and y'all made some money together, you can be RICO'd.
Yep.
I told people this a long time ago. They said I was nerding out, but I was like, yo, nigga, when they made those little changes to the Patriot Act, nigga, they kind of threw some RICO weird ass shit in there. That's kind of crazy. So now gangs are considered terrorist groups.
Yep.
Drug entities and pimping and pandering empires are terrorist organizations. So they have
pimping and pandering went from pimping and pandering.
That's
to
why niggas that was pimping and pandering went from like 13 months tops
to life
to 3 months in prison with probation to 50 years to life and shit like that, nigga, real quick without any legislations being passed. They just amped up the rules, and now while they're getting the legislations passed. So it's going to get even more crazier, which, guess what? It's always the people. Look, when the drug game wasn't violent, nobody had a problem with it.
Nope.
Right? Damn near drugs was almost legal. Doctors was doing coke.
When we was killing ourselves and shit over
No, not
that.
Not that. Hear me out. Before it became violent, before poor people start dealing in drugs, because that's who made it violent, you poor motherfuckers. You poor motherfuckers out there, right? Because you poor motherfuckers is greedy. You don't understand that making $3,500 a day, nigga, is a great lifetime. If you can sustain that, nigga, live it. You're looking to take over his block because he's making $86 a day, and it becomes violent. So it messed up the whole drug culture in this country. And then now they're able to like infuse that on one sector of people's, right? And make us carry the butt of it while drug culture ain't never went nowhere because judges like doing coke.
Right.
Hey, there's a lot of judges that can't have sex with those young prostitutes unless they're on coke. There's a lot of senators and stuff like that. They can't get the young girls in the party and stuff like that in the club unless they have coke. Everybody smokes weed. We now know that because if you go to your local dispensary, you see all the people. You see all the people that used to call the fucking police on you for smelling like weed and smoking weed at the park, buying weed. Mm-hmm. So that was a lie, right? So drug culture is not as what we always been taught that it was, right? Let me calm myself down. So everything is tied into that in the sense that now, with these new funny laws, like and like the way they're doing these RICOs, we still know that the elite are still doing all the stuff that they do, and every once in a while they'll get caught, and they'll get a little, you ain't supposed to be doing that, because we gotta, show them people that you ain't supposed to be doing that. But we all know that there's only a certain type of people that goes to prison behind the drug trade, right? People that look like us and people that look like a select others in this country. So with that being said, it's like, man, these RICO, I'm all for them RICOing like others.
The right people.
I'm all for them RICOing others. And like, that's what, I've heard several prosecutors get on TV and say, yo, this Donald Trump shit is a RICO. Right. If that nigga had cornrows and was rapping, he'd have a whole every fucking RICO. Body that's lying and not going to court for him would be facing fucking 70 years, fam. In a nutshell, you think 6ix9ine was more detrimental to society than the shit that this motherfucker, that these elected officials was doing? Like, I'm just saying, bro. Like, we got to really start having some real conversations. So the fact that they freestyling these RICOs, man, like, I just want everybody to be careful because they're going after, they bit off more than they could chew and got too cute and got slapped for it. So now they got to go back to trial.
And move the goalposts some more. But where they messed up is they were getting so comfortable with all these RICO, all this RICO shit fun, nigga. We getting this, throw the RICO in there. So when it was tough in this case, they was like, you know what? RICO.
Fuck it. You own this site. Okay? So every young girl and every female that's pimped and pandered on this site
is now your fault.
You're responsible for it. That is how they do RICOs.
Yep.
Hey, Casanova, y'all call yourselves the Apes. We notice your label has the word ape in it. And we notice that you're always rapping and saying ape shit. And we know that your logo is an ape. We know that you used to be affiliated with this gang known as the Apes, even though that you have an LCC and you pay millions of dollars in taxes and you now have a legitimate business that employs hundreds of people. We feel like everything that the street niggas that's in the gang, we know that you ain't affiliated. We know you stopped gang banging. We know all that shit. But you used to be a gangbanger. Mm-hmm. And you still wear red and you still say gang shit. You still act like a gang member to an extent. You still have gang member mannerisms, right? Because could you imagine saying like, hey, John Gruden, you have like white supremacist mannerisms, nigga. I think we need to RICO your ass. Everybody that worked for him, you had to know this. Mm. You heard, he sent you the email. But we don't look at that as a crime like that because that's not something that we inflict on others. It's only inflicted on us. So, hey, black boy that's made it out of the hood and makes 5 times more than us, that's driving my dream car and putting rims on it, that's eating at the restaurants my wife wants to eat at for our 50th anniversary, and your pants are sagging. You're going to be the head of this criminal enterprise because we can prove that you know some of these dudes because you grew up in the same neighborhood. Mm-hmm. You used to be in this gang. So it's just like every ex-Nazi is responsible for every hate crime.
All the Holocaust, yep.
That's what we're talking about. But because it only happens to a certain type of people, no one wants to get articulate when you're talking about a RICO when it's rappers. Like, why in the fuck is A Boogie and them being investigated for RICO charges? Because you can prove that he gave $10,000 several times over to a handful of friends that he grew up with that protected him and looked out for him, that he had to leave behind. Like, yo, I can't take everybody with me, but nigga, when I come around, here goes some bread. Now, they done went and did something. They went and got a couple peas with the bread. That's a criminal enterprise? Really? That's what we're using our government for? You know what I'm saying? But Flint, Michigan got poisoned on purpose, and the legislator in the late hours of the night just rewrote a law that says that you can't nigga criminally punish the legislator.
Yeah, fuck out of here.
Like, come on, fam. Jaden Smith had to go save the water in Flint. Where all that money go that went to Flint? They need to get that shit to Will Smith's son.
Right, you need to pay that nigga back.
I'm just saying, bro, like all that government money, every rapper and celebrity, all nigga pray for Flint and spend some money and shit. They need to reverse those checks right to Jaden's account. Because him and his friends, nigga, smoking weed in his daddy's garage, nigga, created a system and was like, yo, bro, I think this should have saved the water in Flint. And went out there, nigga, and now they niggas damn near getting a Nobel Peace Prize and shit. Like, this shit is crazy, fam. We got to really start talking about shit. Mm-hmm. This world is fucked up. So, was it Backpage, right? Now everybody know about the Backpage, especially if you're from the sin and from the know. You know what
was funny is when Backpage first went down is seeing all these motherfuckers scramble.
Yeah, because you know what they did? This is my take on this, and I'll open the floor to you, give you some comment. Fam, they didn't play the game. So you got 2 type of drug kingpins, or kingpins. The kingpins that enlist and pay politicians and police officers. Give back to the community. And it seemed to be charitable and reputable. And then you got the kind that lives in the underworld and acts like it. Or that's just like, yo, I'm getting this money. I ain't doing nothing wrong. I ain't did nothing. They can't catch me on nothing.
But here's the thing. I don't feel like Backpage was that. Backpage was an alternative to Craigslist.
The reason why I say that is because once Craigslist went down and they start being that spot that was popping, they didn't do what OnlyFans did.
Right.
You got greedy.
Greedy as fuck, you right.
You got greedy. And corporations do that. They're thugs. It's thuggery to it. They're like, nigga, why we gotta pay the government? I don't want to do this, all these licenses and shit and all this. Why we want to pay these motherfuckers this much? I don't want nah.
All the loop and it's all internet based, so there's
you know what OnlyFans did? Shit. They sat back and watched Craigslist. They sat back and watched it. Oh, okay. So now guess what? If you decide to be the OnlyFan killer, them bitches was your fans. Mm-hmm. They was patronizing you. Mm-hmm. We're just a vehicle. That's not our page.
Nope.
That's not our site. We're a host site with individual sites.
Hub. Yeah, we're a hub.
Just a hub.
Yep.
You sicko. Yeah, get them out of here. That's not what we're about. But when it's Craigslist.
They reversed it.
When it's, you know what I'm saying? What?
OnlyFans, they didn't taking the porn down.
No, I know that. That's not the point. My point is that they're not liable for the porn.
Yeah, no. Because they figured out
through the loopholes of the way where we are in society now. Yeah. They're just pushing the envelope. Like, okay, well, until they say we liable for doing this, we're gonna do this. We're gonna sit right here on the line. Something go crazy, then we'll be like, okay, all right, you know what I mean? They left themselves some wiggle room. And I mean, there's a sexual component to it, but nigga, we can have an OnlyFans.
No, we are.
This, I mean, you know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about like,
you get the right location.
I'm talking about literally. I'm talking about in terms of like, we can have one. Like it doesn't have. They're not going to be expecting us to be whacking off or some crazy shit, right? Pause. But That's my point. It's like, nigga, they ain't gonna, because some people heard OnlyFans and all they know is nudity and porn. So they thinking like, oh, if I tell, go to our OnlyFans, they're like, what? Hold on, pause, nigga. Well, they might pause me on that.
They might.
Right? So it is what it is, man. Just wanted to see what you thought about that, and then that's pretty much all I got for the night. Oh no, we're gonna finish it up with this without going into detail.
Or you just want to wait till Wednesday so I can watch the shit?
No, because this honestly don't have to do with that, because I wanted to compare it to that story. You get what I'm trying to say? With the ex-coach. You want me to just knock?
As far as like the back page shit.
Shout out to Zero. Zero got the.
Just got munchies.
My nigga Zero got the little late night munchies.
1 o'clock in the morning. Nigga.
Hey man, can I pause real quick? Shout out to my oldest sister. My second oldest sister. Shout out to both of my sisters. When I came in here, I got off the phone with my older sister, Latrice. It was her birthday, and now that it's after midnight, it's my other sister's birthday. All right, so you know the headache I have, right? God bless you both. Shout out to you. Happy birthday.
Zero.
Just while Zero was getting, finishing. Look.
This nigga eating loud as shit though. Like,
hey, he's slow eating it too though.
Yeah, like he know, like, oh y'all niggas. I know y'all niggas doing this. Fuck you, nigga.
That nigga definitely was like, man, fuck y'all show.
Bitch ass. I want to throw something at this.
Move my bowl, nigga.
I really want to throw something at this nigga.
Nah, you good, man. Let Zero eat, man. Let him get his little.
I just feel like the government needs to mind its own fucking business, and it makes enough money off of enough corporations through tax and all that shit to not have to RICO a motherfucker to get their issue, nigga. You losing the tax from a motherfucker on a $500 million business ain't gonna hurt nothing, nigga. Period. Because right now, my nigga, you're not even taxing the wealthiest 1%, and we're looking like we gonna have to take another loan out with another one of these countries, nigga. And what? And I don't mean to go on a tangent, but nigga, I just had this thought the other day. What happens when these niggas call due?
Stop shaking the table.
What happened? Nigga be like, hey, need them teas back.
You want me to tell you what happened?
Yeah, we give up land.
Nigga, what you mean? We going to war, nigga. What you mean? Like, they know they can't do that. That's the fucked up thing. It's like loaning money to the bully. It's like Debo being like, let me hold $20, nigga.
You ain't getting that back.
Right when he seen Craig getting his paycheck, nigga. Like, Craig gonna give him the 20 knowing he's never getting that 20 back, fam. And if he do, it's a kamikaze man. It's you or me. It's gonna be just like when he had to fight the nigga and hit him with the brick.
Because that's what it would be.
Because he hit his bitch. He had to do it.
Because as soon as China came through, like, hey.
What you mean, dog? China.
We need them teas back.
They don't want that.
Oh, you gonna? It's gonna be bombs over China. Nigga.
Hey man, when Saudi Arabia be like, yo, we want, nigga, no, you don't.
You don't want that back.
Think about that again and call us back, my nigga.
You that gangster?
Think about that again,
you
fam.
You really might want to think about that payback. And
call us
back.
Nigga.
Call me back when
if you think America's paying you what we owe you when you say, nigga, get the fuck out of here. We got a whole bunch of poor kids we didn't indoctrinate in our military that's killers, nigga. Like, they coming over and knocking your shit off.
Nigga, we don't even take care of our own downtime.
We got all type of big
pay you back?
What you talking about, nigga? Like, we don't do that.
You see this big ass bomber plane over here, nigga? We gonna drop. You see the drone, nigga? We don't even have to come to you, nigga.
It's gonna be a fucking highly intelligent Naval Academy graduate nigga sitting there playing video games with you niggas. Like, man,
he said playing video.
Like, where you want me to drop this shit off at? Oh, at their reserve building. Like, where do you want me to drop this shit off? Like
a high score in there, nigga.
Dog, we just have proven we've done it before. We have destabled countries, and that's why I say people have to have conversations, because a lot of times it's layman terms. It's like, oh, they destabled the country, and niggas will say that and don't even know what you mean. You know what you have to do to destable a country? So let's take America for an example. Let's say some power had the ability to, and they coming over to destable us. So okay, Capitol Hill gone.
Yep.
Right. Wherever our big water supplies and shit like that,
taking over,
gone. Right, whatever mountain they can knock off to fuck up the mess, knocked. Right, nigga, they hitting L.A., New York, Philly, D.C. Like everything that makes the country go
is gone.
Gone. All banks,
gone.
Gas stations. Nigga, what else Americans like?
Knock
nigga,
down the trade center.
Gone,
again.
fam.
They gonna fuck up the trade center.
I'm saying in a hypothetical space, like that's how they will destabilize a nation like America. So when people hear those terms, they don't really fully understand. Like, yo, they're knocking
They
over
went in and
highways
knocked their shit off.
and bridges.
Yeah.
They're turning like thriving
Blowing
countries.
up the ports.
They're taking thriving countries and nations and making them third world countries again. So, I mean, we did it to motherfucking Afghanistan and Iraq. We was over there fucking shit up.
Yeah.
And then just fixed it.
And then left and they're fucking it up again.
Because it's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, I don't think so. I think we came, we conquered, we got everything we needed, we out. And that's why they ain't really, y'all come back. Because the way the Taliban was able to come back lets me know that the Taliban probably wasn't even all that bad. Because I'm hearing people in Afghanistan, and I know I might sound ignorant. God forgive me. I'm just going off of what I see. And as an American, we don't trust our government and the shit that we see on the news. So when I'm seeing a lot of so-called native Afghani people speaking highly of the Taliban and shitting on the U.S. military that's been over there allegedly raping their women and doing all kind of foolery and doing all type of shit, getting drunk, partying, fighting, all type of shit, right? In an Islamic country, right? They might be better. They might feel like, nah, bring the Taliban back.
Right.
We disagree ideology. We can get past that like every civilized nation has had to do, right? But when you bring foreigners that think little of us and occupy us, shit, that's treating us like African Americans. We don't want to go through that. Get out of here. Cool, leave.
Right.
Right? The faulty politicians left. You see that? See, the faulty politicians got up out of there too.
Yeah, Taliban's for to cut heads off, nigga.
Come on, fam. And if they really saying that they're not going to do all those restrictions on women and shit like that, then I think they need to be given a chance.
Right.
They need to be given a chance. Hey, but America's not the only one with a gun. So if other nations feel like what's going on that's wrong over there, niggas,
they doing something?
take your ass over there and help those people.
Right.
Take your ass over there and help those people,
We'll
man.
wait.
God bless everybody. And on that note, if you finish with that topic, we're not gonna get into the closer because Dre hasn't got a chance to get into that yet. And it's it's cool though, because it's one of those things, fam, that it is better to, because I watched this shit like 4 times already.
Oh, it's going to one of the things.
So you gotta you kind of gotta watch, get your bag in there, man. Give you some time. By Wednesday, you'll be ready to really like give it what it deserves.
I'm about to smoke a whole 8th to this
to
shit.
give it what it deserves. You feel me? So
before you say this, let me say this. Stop trying to cancel Dave Chappelle. Let me tell you why you can't cancel Dave Chappelle. You can't cancel a nigga who walked away from 50 M's one time. Period. He don't give a fuck. If a nigga walks away from 50 M's, there's not much you can do to that man, tell that man, to hurt that man's feelings, my nigga. Let's be real. That's a nigga who stands on his 10 and has no price. A man who has no price, you can't cancel because he'll never apologize to you. Because there's no amount of money worth his motherfucking soul and dignity and for him to backtrack what he said. Now, another reason you won't be able to fire Dave Chappelle or cancel Dave Chappelle is because niggas ain't gonna allow you to.
So,
I'm gonna keep it real. White people do not make up enough of his check. And these promoters, they're not going to stop booking Dave Chappelle because they know Dave Chappelle will sell out just on nigga sales alone. He don't need the white crowd. And I'm not trying to make this racial, but I'm trying to make you understand certain people in certain positions are uncancelable. Him, he's one because that's a man who ain't never apologized to none of you motherfuckers. Ever. Anything he said. And let's think about who we're talking. That's a well-articulated and well-researched man. He's not speaking under this. Go ahead, my bad.
I'm just saying, we that's what we was getting to, fam. But remember I said, I was like, bro, I'm going to tell him, because I wanted to correlate it just to this, because you haven't seen it. And so I want you to, like, when you get into your bag on it, to only, because we're not talking about him abroad, like, you know what I'm saying? The character. You going off Dave Chappelle, the man, the brand, and what you know about him. What I was trying to correlate this just to our earlier story. That's why I said I wanted to get out of here real quick on this one.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Because I already feel it. You about to get in your bag. I know it. But it's just gonna drive us down a road to where I'm gonna end up saying something, nigga, that's in the thing, and because you done already said something that he touched on, and that, like people don't really realize that you ain't.
Well, no, I was going off of what Jerry Seinfeld said about him.
Well, no, let me.
Jerry Seinfeld said that the one thing he respects most about
Jerry Seinfeld is preps, nigga. You gotta reference him.
Oh yeah, my bad. So what I'm speaking of is Jerry Seinfeld said this, and it explains it best, and I'll let him take over that. He said one thing he loves most about Dave Chappelle is he stands by everything he says, and the next time you see him in a special, he's gonna double down on some shit that was canceling him in the last one. He does not apologize, and like I said, he's well articulated, well researched, so he's not somebody who's spewing bullshit. But go ahead, my bad.
No problem, yes sir. To add what you just said. The lesson in this to me, if you follow on Dave, we all want to have our opinions and stand on our own shit. But can you?
Right. Yeah, can you?
I don't mean, do you have the intestinal fortitude? A lot of people do.
Are you?
Right? There's a lot of people that's broke, but you can't pay them to do nothing if they don't want to do it.
Right.
But he's not broke.
Nope. Will never be broke.
See, the lesson for Dave in this, he's not talking necessarily to everyday people. It's like when Lil Boosie say, all these major artists from major labels always hit me and be like, yeah, Boosie, keep going hard, nigga, on this shit. Because they're the alpha males that when they sign a deal, a branding deal, and they're obligated to do a photo shoot, these motherfuckers are coming with them with a dress.
Yep.
But they can't come out and just be like, no, these motherfuckers trying to make me act gay and they're trying to make me act trans and all this shit some bullshit. You will cancel them. Yep. And they are in an infrastructure where they're cancelable.
Yep.
What Dave Chappelle is saying at a height where all the big fucking top comedians were complaining and being fearful, like, man, I can't do no stand-ups right now because everybody is sensitive and I don't want to get canceled.
Yeah, he said, fuck you.
He reminded them of why this race of humans love stand-up comedians.
Yep, because they said it was one of the last free forms of art. It's one of the last uncensored forms of art.
Exactly.
Because you can't censor comedy.
So what he was fighting,
you can try.
And what he's fighting is like, no, you're not going to censor me. And you're not going to censor me because you don't like what I said. Okay?
Nope.
He makes some points that I don't want to give it away. But my issue is everybody that has seen this, and even if you haven't seen it, the reason why I felt like comfortable that we can still get in this bag is because you know
all the shit that goes on between
the contentious relationship that he has with the trans community.
Yep.
Some of the trans community, right? He tells a very, very, very deep, vivid, telling story that proves that he's not some transphobe without him trying to prove it. He's just telling some of the facts of what happened. Sometimes life works out to teach your ass a fucking lesson if you listen. And if you pay attention. And sometimes someone's intelligent enough, strong enough, and brave enough to pull that lesson together.
Right.
To be the vehicle of that lesson. Like, yo, this is what's going on right now, fam.
Well, we know two of them that got killed for making their vehicle a lesson, nigga.
Right. The question I had asked was Dave Chappelle. Well, it wasn't a question, it was more of a statement, a phrase. Dave Chappelle and the LGBTQ mafia, not community.
Mafia.
I think that there's a difference. And what I was saying earlier is that, you know, there's all kind of different extremes, right? If there's black extremists, if there's
LGBTQ extremists,
if there's, you know, religious extremists,
there's like you said,
there's
extremists,
political
everywhere.
Extremists,
nigga. There's sports fan extremists.
So
nigga.
I'm just saying, like, if there's political extremists,
there,
right? So with all that being said, fam, what is going to be the outcry and the need to cancel or speak out against Roger Goodell? I mean, John Gruden for his Roger Goodell comments.
Here's my thing on just this whole thing in general. LGBTQ community tries to align themselves with Black Lives Matter and the struggles of what black people went through. You always try to compare these things.
Do you think they do that, or do you think the powers that we're fighting together, even though we're fighting separately, does that?
Two things can be true on that one.
Okay, me too. That's why I said I think I agree.
I think two things can be true. Well, if you want to align yourself with what we go through, we can't cancel the people who are oppressing us every day. Stop trying to cancel every fucking body. Deal with it. Take your fucking L. Deal with getting talked about. Black people get talked about and dogged every day of the fucking week. Somewhere. In some news station, somewhere around this fucking country, one of our people's being talked about. Some of our ancestors trying to be wiped out of history books. Stop trying to cancel people and just figure out how to get along with these motherfuckers or educate these motherfuckers. Like,
I think what you learned from that Dave Chappelle special that's so brilliant is he points out you can't judge. No community can accuse society of not supporting them, not uplifting them, not accepting them without being given the opportunity to have a conversation.
Right.
See, at the end of the day, the black community, when it's in its fights for liberation and its homeland, half the people that we're talking, half the people we're having these conversations with think that we came off of a boat from Africa.
Yep.
So with that being said, is that like if the very people that you have to fight for liberation and coexistence and acceptance from don't even know your full existence, that's contentious.
And you guys don't go through that.
But I'm not telling anybody what they do and don't go to, because a lot of men don't know what it's like to be a fucking man and feel like a woman.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the problem is a lot of men don't believe it. So they just write him off. Oh, that motherfucker weird, man. He a sissy, right?
No, he was
a bougie boy, like
the wrong gender.
But no,
real. Like,
but no. What he has,
and then we understand
what
it.
what that individual is going through is something that the average male doesn't understand.
Right.
The average female doesn't understand. Right. And so what the human race does is when they see something different, we ostracize it.
We ostracize it. Yeah.
Unfortunately, as a group, I'm talking collectively as humans.
Yeah.
We ostracize it. Like, what the fuck is that? And nigga, you weird. What are you doing? I don't want to be around this. Hey man, and people are so fickle in that way that man, because I think that evolution of human is evolution of mind and understanding as well, which is why you can have ministers that are very much prophetic and very much in line with their teachings. They're good people, and they accept gays and trans people in their communities. Okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I was just seeing if that's where you're going with that.
In their communities, they connect those things, right? But it was a time where the church wouldn't accept you teaching the teachings of their Christ,
right,
or their Messiah in any kind of way to people that they didn't feel worthy, whether it was black people, whether it was whoever, women, whether it was fucking, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I just think the evolution of us has to start with a conversation. If I can't say a joke, right? Now look, as a black American, a white comedian can stand in front of me and make fun of black people. But he has to be able to. He has to.
You got to be. It better be artistry.
No. The way that it has to be real and authentic.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck. The joke ain't funny, nigga. It's just it wasn't funny. But
let me know.
But just because it wasn't funny, don't mean that I feel like you're trying. Like, nigga, what kind of shit is that? I don't feel insulted.
Right.
See, but the thing is, we get into a place of the uneducated. You got motherfucking white American parents that don't even want their kids to learn the history of what white people did to black people.
Do you remember that fucking video?
So what does that lead us to? That's going to lead to a whole bunch of good-hearted, creative, funny, talented white people threatening to get canceled, niggas calling them racist, and they're going to be in a place of not understanding. Like, what do you mean? I just said this. I didn't know that was a big deal. See, like, it's always that deny ability. You know what I'm saying? Unless you know that they know. John Gruden don't get that because he's a man of a certain age.
Right.
But if John Gruden was 28 years old, nigga, that would have been not like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't I didn't mean it racial. He does have
Right.
big lips. I was being insensitive. And I hear young white people be like, man, like they think everybody's so sensitive. But I'm like, no, nigga, you're here. You're not. If it wasn't for like some of the most heinous crimes in human history, you wouldn't even be here. Mm-hmm. What are you talking about? But no, there's not too many white Americans that walk around with that humility because society has not made them face that. You can't have those conversations. They'll create some shit called critical race theory that nobody can really explain, nigga, and make it sound like a thing to weaponize it. And now if you're a mom, nigga, that's just working, like, what the fuck is a critical race theory? Parents are already weary of new shit that they're trying to teach their kids because in California they just said that, hey, every toy store has to have a gender neutral toy aisle. I don't even know.
Bathrooms now there has to be a gender neutral bathroom.
So in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, so that means like it's gonna be toys like, what the fuck is a gender neutral toy?
Right.
Like water guns, like paintings, like etch and sketch shit. Like, what are you talking about? Like, are you talking about like a human that doesn't have a gender in a toy form? Is that what you're talking about? Because that sounds like
a Barbie doll.
That sounds like fucking indoctrination.
Where they got that?
Right.
All Barbie and Ken dolls.
I know.
Fucking gender neutral.
Some people got that, fam. There was never a Barbie and Ken doll in my house.
Well, you know what I mean. The
it.
people who have Barbie and Ken dolls,
right? But a lot, trust me, millions. It's why Barbie and them starting to make all these black dolls and shit. Millions of little black girls did not have Barbie dolls because their mothers was like, nigga, fuck out of here. You don't look like that.
White Cabbage Patch babies and shit.
You don't look like that. But that's
why culture and heritage.
But shout out to Cabbage Patch.
Oh no, they never did that. You're right.
Because they had all
never did that.
hues.
I fucked that up. Cabbage Patch.
Shout out to that. I remember my sisters had Cabbage Patch because it was black girl. They had black Cabbage Patch. They had. My thing is just common sense. It's just like with the emoji shit. I remember thinking, I was telling my man, way before, I was like,
fucking black emojis.
I was like, bro, eventually they're gonna have to have black emojis, and what they see is, some tech company or some inventor created a black emoji app, and now damn near everybody that can get that app that's black that use our services has that. Let's knock him out of business and just throw the shit on ours. But even if you look at the black emojis now that come with your phone, they're white emojis, nigga, with dark skin colors. Right. Nigga, like they don't give a fuck about inclusion when it comes to us, fam.
White person comb over and shit.
Like, nigga, what black person look like this? Nigga, like, well, whatever.
So
like,
if they do not come after Gruden,
it's selective. And the reason why I'm saying this is because when you watch this shit, you're gonna know why I asked this question. Everybody that's watching this knows that that's the question he posed. Why is it selective?
If they do not attack Gruden, I can no longer support the LGBTQ, not the trans community, for the simple fact, like you said, that mafia is a motherfucker. You can't pick and choose who the fuck you gonna cancel. If you gonna cancel somebody for trans homophobic fucking comments, cancel them all. That's the only way we can do it.
I get where you're coming from, and I feel your energy. But you're saying the same thing. Because you're saying, like, if they don't, I'm done with them. When there's a big portion of the trans community that don't got a problem with Dave Chappelle.
Right.
And that's why when you watch...
So, okay, let me walk that back.
Saying?
I do need to walk that back. Okay. To the trans mafia... We're not talking about the motherfuckers who are researched. We're not talking about the motherfuckers who are not picking and choosing. The ones who take every fucking issue as it should be.
I'm not talking about these. I'm talking about these organizations. Like some of these organizations are so uber political and like ideal focused that they move. That's why I said mafia, because they move like a mafia.
They do.
And I don't even think that they truly care about trans people.
They don't.
It's about
just
politicizing everything. And it's like taking out some of their own personal aggressions and issues on everyone else. Like, man, I've never been harmful or rude to a gay trans person in my life.
I forgot to tell you. There's another, like, 6 letters to that. You know that?
What do you mean?
To the LGBTQ acronym. You're right. They just pull in.
I'm leaving.
In.
I'm not adding another one because I know what you're saying,
yeah,
but I struggle with LGBTQ.
They be pulling in.
That's
like,
that's kind of hard to say.
The
a lot of times.
non-gender community, cool. Y'all belong over here. Oh, there's this. Y'all come over. You know what I'm saying?
But they don't do nothing for nobody else.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
hey, fam, I've never seen a whole bunch of LGBTQ or rainbow flags, nigga, at any Black Lives Matters events.
Nope.
Until somebody got the idea to like coin the phrase Black Lives Matter, make a nonprofit organization and rake in billions of dollars, nigga, and fucking donations that nobody black I know has ever seen or heard. I've never even heard. You know what my mother retired as? Like, I've never even seen a fucking Black Lives Matter office. But I digress because I'm sure they could be doing a lot of good work. What I'm just saying is I don't know. I know Black Lives Matter. I don't know Black Lives Matter LLC.
Right.
I'm not a card-carrying member of Black Lives Matter, and what we have to be careful is the politicizing of words and phrases. They do that. Yep. They're like, oh, he's part of the Black Lives Matter. What is that? Because that's a fucking phrase. And it's a nonprofit organization. So you're saying the person that shot at you and called you a racial slur was a part of the nonprofit organization called? Because you can easily go find them. What are we talking about?
Right.
Like, you talking about Black Lives Matter like it's a fucking secret society, like a mafia or something. Like
that fucking
and
thing you were talking about the last episode, that little college shit. Like, it's that type shit. Like,
right,
we all in this
type shit, nigga. Yeah, bro.
Illuminati
like,
society.
Nigga, what are we
nigga?
talking about? And I be hearing this shit slide all day.
Bro, they talk about Black Lives Matter like it's some type of like cult, like not cult, but like
who
it's
talks about it though?
The fucking media, white media.
But the thing is, it's just the white media. Well, certain white media, certain white media that caters to a certain type of white person. Mm-hmm. And all I'm about to say is,
conservative
the only thing,
white media.
Nope, that's you can say that. I'll give you that. I get it. Because conservative now has become code for white supremacists. So guess what Akeem gonna do? I'm declaring it right here. I'm never calling some random white chick that acts racist towards me Karen. I'm gonna find out her name and call her fucking name.
And a conservative,
right? No, and a white supremacist that I see that's fighting for white supremacists rules and writing up white supremacist X type laws and no, you're just a fucking white supremacist. Because think about it, like name a conservative that we know. I'm not talking about your mother, your cousin, your sisters, and that's the thing. That's where it's so fucked up because a family member of mine that thinks they're a conservative will be offended by this shit.
And they're not really conservative.
You think they give a fuck about you? Hey, look, if you don't got $100 million in assets, nigga, they don't. The Republican Party don't give a fuck about you. Not one fuck. You can go look up Donald Trump when he was asked if he'd ever run for president, and they made a joke like, "Well, shit,
I'd be a Democrat if
I
did.
I'd be a Republican if I did."
Because they're
so dumb.
Yeah, they'd elect me. Yep.
That's what he said.
You were right. Yep.
Because they're so dumb.
Yep.
Why was that prophetic? He's not talking about just a backwood. Oh, Trump's the savior ass motherfucker. He ain't talking about the stupid motherfuckers that rushed the Capitol. What he's talking about is the elites too. They're dumb. They're so dumb in their elitism and racism
that I'm a rich man, they would jump right behind me.
Not to mention, these are the same people that said my father wasn't good enough because he did business with the blacks. Because he did business with the motherfucking Italians. Because Trump's daddy got it out the mud.
Right.
He wasn't that old money that New York is running around with. So, nigga, he wasn't really always in the in crowd with the rich people, even though he was rich. He carried that chip on his shoulder. He became a celebrity. That's how he bypassed it. Because by being a celebrity and rich, we had Trump here. He's a figure now. His money wasn't long enough to just get him that in New York City. Maybe in Nevada, not in New York City. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's just the whole loop. What Dave brilliantly, like, what he pulls out of you is, fam, we just got to start having conversations and telling the truth about shit.
Yep.
That's the only way we're going to make it. Because if I can make a fun, look, man, we all got that white friend that then crossed enemy lines. Florida Mac can get a black joke off at my fucking family house, nigga, on Thanksgiving.
Right.
If it's funny, we all laughing.
If it ain't,
Florida,
like, nigga, you're
my
wildin'.
nigga Florida Matt tuning this show all the time. Nigga, he can easily be like, oh man, this nigga always complaining about white supremacy. It's my brother, man. We have real conversations. So we don't got thick skin with each other, fam. Like, if some shit going on, it's going on. I know if Matt be like, oh, bro, I ain't fucking with them dudes over there. And then I turn around and there's 3 black dudes. I'm never looking at them like, oh, why? Because they black. Like,
no, there's a valid reason.
Chances is I ain't fucking with them. Like, oh, word? What you know, nigga? Let's go.
What happened?
What happened with them niggas? That's my mans. So I'm not talking strictly just no race shit. We're talking about good people versus them. And if every one of us can be a bad of them, because we got motherfucking Candace Owenses and Sage Steels in our goddamn community. Nigga, we got motherfuckers that we not proud of that don't serve us well.
Yep.
Hey, so do white people. And they're called white supremacists. They're called white supremacists. And guess what?
They ain't helping y'all.
Guess
shit
what?
At all.
There's certain elements of the LGBTQ community that come off as white supremacists. And that's where the question posed. If you're gay, does that mean you can't be racist? And we'll let y'all leave it on that. I really don't have anything else to say about it. Like, ask yourself that question. If you're gay or trans, does that mean that you can't be racist? Because I see a lot of young black men that come from a whole different environment and culture where the lingo is different and where the meaning of lingo is different. I remember the word fag not ever having anything to do with a homosexual person in my community. Most of the dudes I know that use the word fag, they're talking about a certain type of female. Mm-hmm. Okay? They're talking about a certain type of female. So it's just one of those things like.
Or I'm just talking about a dude, but he ain't gay.
I know several dudes that got brothers that they would shoot it out with or shoot it out for. That they didn't look at him like, nigga, you a punk, nigga. I mean, you know you a punk, nigga. You ain't trying to. That nigga punked you. So all I'm saying is this: like, I don't want to sound like a Confederate flag bearer, nigga. That's like, oh, you're taking our history. Hey, man, if a word is used and it offends a community, I'm articulate enough to nigga to get rid of the word. I don't have to use that word. But all I'm saying is, you know why nigga won't ever leave my mouth and the word nigga won't escape my fucking community? It's because I can make a song called My Nigga, and nobody's offended by that.
Right. On any level.
I could make a song called Nigga, I shot the nigga 6 times. Nigga, he ain't died, so I killed him again. I can kill a nigga 1,000,000 times on record. And every culture and every community will bump that shit, including the LGBTQ community. So it's just like, if anybody that's offended at Dave Chappelle that's from that community, ask yourself, do you get offended when you listen to rap music?
Right.
Do you get offended when you listen to rap music? And if the thing is that, oh, well, those are rappers rapping about themselves, those are black people. Okay, well, is it okay for trans jokes to be told by trans people? Is that the criteria? Like, do you need to be a trans person to be able to tell a trans joke? You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah. Fuck out of here. Trans person to be telling a trans, like, come on.
But I don't know, man. It's an interesting, man. The Closer. It's out now. Dave Chappelle. Shout out to Netflix that released a statement, said they are not planning to pull that, which I knew they weren't. But yeah, it's been real. What you got, man? You got anything else? See you on your phone. What you was talking about?
I was watching people argue about this stupid ass fucking game, bro.
That's nuts.
Well, nah, because I'm like a whole fucking admin in there, so I have to look at shit. And I go in there, I'm just looking, because I know we're closing. Shows what's going on. It's a whole group of people in this thing called OOC Talk, where we go when niggas is having an issue to talk, go look at whatever clips you gotta look at, see who's gonna get kicked out, who's in trouble. Man, motherfuckers is just. I'm getting over the shit because I don't need real life drama in my game.
I feel that, dog.
I'm supposed to escape from life in this shit. What's your ponytail? Fuck, I gotta watch that shit. I'll watch it so we can
Look at all this
Get
loose hair,
deeper
bro.
into it tomorrow. You gotta get it retwist.
Oh, yeah, bro. I look like I got a bald spot, and I don't. That's just funny.
Well, it's another fucking episode of the Always Talking Shit show.
PG crowd, right? You see that kid right there? No, I'm just playing.
Our
your
name
ass to
ain't
sleep.
PG, boy.
What, ATS show?
Well, yeah, if we say that.
Yeah, we was clean cut with it. We was smart for that.
Yeah, but I always say the whole shit.
I'm your boy Keem Sincere.
I'm your boy Doc on.
And this is another episode brought to you by the team that brought to. No, I'm playing.
This nigga can't play no piano or
I
nothing
be killing
like
these
that.
keys, man. They don't even see my shit.
And that shit quiet. They still don't see it.
New Always Talking Shit Show.
We out, man.